Welcome, everybody. It's not Tuesday night. It's Friday night. Thank God it's Tuesday Presents Friday. I'm Ken Marangolo, behalf of First Amendment Sports, joined by Rhett Donnelly.
Kenny, what's up, buddy? Is there a better night to be alive right now than a Friday night with beautiful weather, with the draft day or rounds 2 and 3?
Five-pick Friday.
5-pick Friday. 5 picks tonight. I love it.
Five picks, and they're coming on as fast. We're joining folks live here as the Commanders are about to be on the clock. I think they're going through some pomp and circumstance with the Michigan National Championship team. But Redskins pick quickly in this second round. 2 of the top 8 picks of the second round. We're going to talk about who we think is the best available. Maybe talk a little bit about the guy who joined our team yesterday. We'll have some special guests. That's why we have this space over here. It's not just for Benjamin. We'll be joined by some friends of the show and the fan base, and I might even be able to get a few guest shots in from folks around the world. So, Nasta and cheers. We are off and going. Rhett?
Yeah, I'm a little surprised we didn't move into the end of round 1, especially with that run of tackles. I saw people say, "Man, we got 2 picks right there. We should get one of these top 8 tackles." We didn't do it, but we have a ton of picks tonight, and there are so many good available players.
Not getting starting left tackle in this draft it's going to hurt a little bit. I think it hurts right now. I understand we made the decision that our franchise quarterback was there at number 2, and you got to take him. If you love Jaden Daniels the way that Adam Peters clearly does, you know what? He gets him. He gets to make that decision. What's not to love about an exciting Heisman Trophy winning quarterback coming to your team with a ton of flash and ability? I mean, it's exciting. There's just no way around it. We have a quarterback, and they say he's the most pro-ready. They've been saying he's the most pro-ready guy. We have an opening at starting quarterback as we speak. Anything to keep Marcus Mariota out. Not that I don't love Marcus Mariota.
Of course you don't.
I love having him on our team, but I don't want to go into a season with the prospect of him as our starting quarterback because it's just it's kind of depressing.
Well, he is definitely NFL ready. And that was a little bit of a debate. Drake May, Jaden Daniels. Obviously, Daniels is going to be much more pro-ready right out of the gate. So Drake probably has to sit a little bit. We have a starting quarterback who is going to be playing week 1 for the Commanders.
Best professional NFL quarterback. We'll ask this to the board. Rhett, you get a chance, and I'll ask Kevin when we get him on the horn here soon. Best Heisman Trophy winning quarterback that it made it to the pros.
You're asking me who's the best quarterback who won the
NFL
Heisman
quarterback
Trophy?
who won the Heisman Trophy?
Well, I don't want to take Baker Mayfield from your selection.
Obviously, I think I love Baker Mayfield.
Who's the first guy that comes to mind for you?
Did Cam win the Heisman?
Cam Newton definitely won the Heisman.
Right? I think it might have to be Cam. But did Staubach, Ryder Staubach, did he win the Heisman?
Well, if you're going to ask me if the last guy who was the best to ever win was Staubach, we gotta go.
Well,
on.
he won Super Bowls. I mean, I think you have to. It's all relative. I mean, Griffin was the Rookie of the Year and gave us like the best 7-week stretch of anything. Good evening, AGH. Gave us the best 7-week stretch we've had in 20 years, bar none, almost. Gibbs gave us a couple good. I think he gave us a good 5 or 6 week stretch twice.
Sure.
So.
I mean,
but it's not Griffin.
Maybe Carson Palmer. I was a big Carson Palmer guy. But you know what? At the last, 5, 6, 7 quarterbacks who won the Heisman didn't have, the Sam Bradfords, of the world.
No.
Tebow. I mean,
you know how I feel about Tebow.
Troy Smith. Didn't Troy Smith win the Heisman? He was a 6th round pick, maybe for the Ravens.
Eric Crouch.
Jason White.
Yeah, Gino Torretta.
How old was Jason? I think Jason White was 28 when he won the Heisman that year.
Yeah, Chris Wenke. I don't even know if these guys actually won the Heisman. All I know is it's a great question by Greg. I don't think there's been. I think Carson Palmer, Cam Newton.
Well, Matt Leinart was the best looking.
Did Roger Staubach win the Heisman? Did we confirm that? Aren't you on our? Aren't you? I thought you had the team.
Let's see.
The team on it. So we got the quarterback, and we made the decision.
Roger Staubach did win the Heisman.
Steve Spurrier also won the Heisman, I believe, is what Greg Martin is saying. If that's true, I mean, it probably is true. He was a stud quarterback in college. So we'll keep one eye over here, one eye over here. We got the draft going live over here. We got the Caps playoff game, first period, 18:50 left, 0-0 game at home here for Washington. So it's going to be a fun night. And so the first round was a little bit of a I don't know. You pick at number 2, and then you watch for however many hours it was, and you see all those good players go, and you forget quickly that you picked up a Heisman winning trophy winning quarterback 3 hours ago, and you start being like, man, we could use that guy. Sure could use that guy.
Well, are you talking about how you wanted them to move back?
I wanted the action. I did, and but at the same time, I think I speak for everybody when I say Adam Peters gets whatever Adam Peters wants.
Sure.
My baby gets whatever he wants, and he wanted Jaden Daniels, and so I love Jaden Daniels. That's just the way it's going to go for all of us. I did want some action. I like the action idea.
Well, the only trade offer that I've heard so far that got reported was the Giants to move up from 6 to 3, and they would give up a first rounder next year. Would you have moved back if all it was a first rounder? Would you have gone from 2 if they offered us the same thing? Would you have gone back to the 6th spot and picked up a first rounder next year?
From the Giants?
From the Giants.
So you hate to let the Giants
and you would give
dictate.
the Giants Drake May or Jaden Daniels, whoever they wanted.
So, I mean, I guess so. Yeah. I mean, because we could have gotten a quarterback. Now we couldn't have gotten Jaden Daniels.
Correct.
So if it turns out that Jaden Daniels is the guy, then Jaden Daniels is the guy. But we could have still gotten a quarterback. I think it would have been J.J. McCarthy. I think we would have drafted J.J. McCarthy at number 6, or at that point in time, you start moving back more and picking up more picks, because ultimately, as good as I feel about having Jaden Daniels, like, I feel pretty bad about not having a stud left tackle. I mean, I love Cornelius Lucas and Braden Daniels. Who knows? But all the starting left tackle possibilities that are no-brainer blue chipper guys, they gone.
100%. There was that run on offensive tackles. You're not getting one.
It's over. It's over.
It is over.
In this draft, you're not getting a franchise quarterback probably, and you're definitely not getting a franchise left tackle. And so I think the way it goes in the draft is all the starting left tackles, and some of those guys are going to play right tackle, and we know that, but they're going to be they're going to be all pro, Pro Bowl level tackles.
Well, how many tackles do you think are going to get released over the next, I don't know, 8
Probably
weeks?
someone better than Cornelius Lucas is my guess.
If 8 tackles, I think, was it 8 tackles?
8 tackles
in
got
the
drafted.
first round.
Yeah.
There's going to be some people who are going to be released because they're too expensive and the team got who they wanted in the draft. There are going to be some people available, and we got plenty of cap space.
Plenty of cap space, and putting that aside for a second, because we do have the money to maneuver for a big name or a big contract, but like the second round, now you're more likely to get straight up right tackles who are probably have their best days ahead of them as guard. I know there's going to be some guys that are in the second round potentially that are, going to be considered projects and will potentially, play at left tackle. But the tackles that are in the second round, they're slated at best a right tackle project. But these guys are moving into guard.
Right.
But then you get to the third round, and now if you wait to the third round, then maybe you have Patrick Paul. Or that Kingsley Samaratai, or however you say his name.
Well, I think he's going to go in the second round, but who knows?
But that guy could. You're talking about guys who are almost project-esque. Patrick Paul more so than Kingsley in terms of coming in and playing. But those are mammoth strong dudes who could potentially play left tackle. And I think that signing Allegretti, Biotish, and having Sam Cosmi come back, and you have 2 guards in the center that are locked in, and you're ready to go in the middle of your offensive line. You're willing to give Wiley another year to get comfortable. You could say Jaden Daniels is mobile enough to cover up a bad offensive line.
Sure.
But I don't want to be talking about covering up my offensive line in April. Like that kind of stinks.
Yeah.
You know, like if we're already talking about covering up our offensive line, I mean, it's going to be a freaking long ass year. So I don't know. I think that we can't be done with our offensive line. How about this? Let's put it that way. We can't be done on the offensive line. I can't wait until we draft somebody that wasn't any of the guys we wanted, and we're going to make it sound like, you know, we wanted them all along in terms of an offensive line
Well,
project.
I can guarantee you we will draft an offensive lineman tonight. I can guarantee you that.
I mean, that's so okay. Then let's talk about so Keon Coleman, the Florida State wide receiver, goes to Buffalo. We have another trade, the Chargers trade, either into or out of the second pick of the second round. We'll see what that's all about. They picked up Joe Alt, number 5 overall, last night. Wide receivers.
They definitely need a wide receiver. That's for damn sure.
So now you're talking about so Chargers are on the clock with 2 minutes. Is that the time frame? 2 minutes? That'd be great.
No, I think it's 7 minutes.
Oh, that's gonna be a long second round. We need some tea.
round.
We're gonna need some chamomile tea over here, please, from the folks on the side. Yeah, Chargers got to be going wide receiver here. They're looking at either they traded with the Patriots. I'm guessing Chargers are going with either Ladd McConkey or A.D. Mitchell. I think A.D. Mitchell is the best player available. I think he's the best football player that's available in this draft at this very second. So we'll see if that means anything. If you haven't already subscribed to First Amendment Sports, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's free. What is it going to do to you? Everyone loves a good thumbs up if you got it in you too. So appreciate that. I think the Chargers are going wide receiver. I think A.D. Mitchell is the best wide receiver available in this draft. Then Ladd McConkey. Did Brian Thomas Jr. already go?
He did.
He did. Okay. Darn it. I was getting him confused. I was thinking Byron Murphy, who's also gone, by the way, I believe, the defensive lineman.
Well, A.D. Mitchell runs just an absurd 40.
Well, but he's see, like everyone loves Xavier Worthy, and I do too. And I'm Caps just scored.
Cap scored
1-0. Xavier, there's a lot to love about him. He's fast and you know, speed is good in the National Football League, as it turns out. But A.D. Mitchell is more than Xavier Worthy. He was a absolute monster specimen, physical. You know, He's going to come into the NFL and be a man in a way that Xavier Worthy just can't. I mean, Xavier, like, he can out physical people. A.D. Mitchell is a monster, and if you give him, Justin Herbert, it's going to be pretty dangerous. I mean, if I'm Justin Herbert, I'm hoping they say A.D. Mitchell here.
Well, I mean, what if they don't take him, and we know that Jaden Daniels throws a great deep ball, would you be all over A.D. Mitchell at 36?
If A.D. Mitchell's available, that's the best player available in my personal humble opinion, and therefore I would take him because I think that's that's the kind of player we should be drafting. The kicker, there's an old kicker. I mean, in the second round NFL, you're giving us kickers that no one knows their name. Rolf, somebody. I see he's super handsome. Oh, they took Ladd McConkey. Okay, big mistake. I mean, Ladd McConkey's great. Phil McConkey's son or nephew, or I mean. Phil McConkey was probably the most likable one of the more likable NFC East players, if you're a Redskins fan, in the history of being a Redskins fan. So that's fine. Ladd McConkey, 5'11", 5'8". I mean,
that's fine. I'm not upset about it. There is going to be a run on wide receivers.
No, I mean, I'm just saying they left me my guy. I mean, if A.D. Mitchell is available when we draft, I think we have to take him. The next best available player, in my opinion, would be you could call it 1A and 1B between Cooper DeJean and I apologize if I missed a pick. I don't think I did it. I think it's Keon Coleman and Ladd McConkey so far in the second round.
That's it.
So that means we are getting one of either A.D. Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, or Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Well, I imagine that the Cardinals could use a wide receiver too. They could take Mitchell here.
The Cardinals took Marvin Harrison Jr. in the first round. Now, they could still use more wide receivers, but you're getting into Vinny Serrato territory if you start just drafting only one position. So, unless someone they could be a team that could trade down. I mean, the thing about the second round being separate from the first round is there's still a ton of good players left, and you give GMs 24 hours to outsmart themselves.
Right.
So, you stare at a best available. What's up, Ken Harris? You stare at a best available page all day long, and you're like, well, I gotta have that. It's like Navin Johnson from The Jerk, all day long for some of these GMs.
Well, is Malcolm Kelly available for the Cardinals to take right here?
So if the Cardinals take a wide receiver, that would be tripling down on Kyler Murray in the most conspicuous of ways. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the Cardinals are not taking A.D. Mitchell. And if that's true, that means A.D. Mitchell is available for us. And you know what? I know people are going to be like, oh, we have Jahan Dotson, we have Terry McLaurin, but I'm going to tell you right now, we have 5 picks tonight. And I think these guys are BPAing it all the way.
Sure.
At least until the top pick of the 3rd round. So for the next 2 picks, you could go BPA, and it's going to be their BPA. And so I think Jatavian Sanders, the tight end from Texas, is in play in the 2nd round only because I probably think he's not there when we pick again in the 3rd. I think Sanders is gone.
Of course.
I think and I don't think there's an offensive lineman who rates ahead of your, even if you want to talk about defensive players, it doesn't rate ahead of Marshawn Nealon, the edge rusher. It doesn't rate above Edrin Cooper, the linebacker. It doesn't rate above obviously A.D. Mitchell. They're not going to do something stupid.
Well,
unbelievable. Oh, the Falcons traded. The Falcons traded up. Okay, now they could use a wide receiver. Unless they want to draft another quarterback.
I think they should draft another quarterback.
They should absolutely draft another quarterback. If I'm Taylor Heineke,
Spencer Rattler.
Everyone's pissed about Kirk Cousins getting, blindsided by this. But what about Taylor Heineke?
He's not going to have a job.
Taylor Heineke is the one who's screwed here. Kirk Cousins is $100 million guaranteed. Taylor Heineke's like, I'm now behind a guy who's had 4 career-ending injuries in the last 5 years.
Why? That's a fascinating pick to take. Michael Penix.
I love it.
I love Michael Penix, but I don't know if...
obviously, so they're loaded at skill players. They have Drake London on the outside. He's an alpha dog. They have Kyle Pitts at tight end. He's an alpha dog. They have Bijan Robinson running back. He's an alpha dog. And they've been running out the Desmond Ritters and Marcus Mariotas and Taylor Heineke's of the world at quarterback for the last couple seasons. So I get it. You have a 35-year-old quarterback coming off an Achilles tear. Mm-hmm. Maybe you and everyone, because everyone gave the knock on Michael Penix was he's fragile. He's fragile. Guess what? He might have to play for 2 years. He might just sit there and behind Kirk Cousins. He's not too fragile for that.
No,
he's built perfectly for that. In fact, probably his biggest strength is backing up Kirk Cousins. He's a good player, and if you can be deep and solid at the quarterback position, if I feel like Atlanta. The funny thing is, your boy from prep, Artie.
Yep, Arthur Smith.
Yeah, they went to the same high school. They weren't in the same class. Rhett's actually older than Art, but he played things so tight. Like he played for 2-point games, and they were so close to winning so many of them, including against us.
Where is Arthur Smith these days?
I think security marched him out of the building.
Okay,
if I'm not mistaken, I think that they did. But if they had a good quarterback, they would be. He would still be if they did not have Desmond Ritter, Marcus Mariota, and Taylor Heineke at quarterback the last couple of years, Art would still have a job.
Wow,
I call him Art. Everyone, you have to call him Mr. Smith. All right, Cooper. So the pick is in for Atlanta. We'll see what they don't need a wide receiver, honestly, because they have Drake London, and they already burned every pick can't be a luxury pick. Atlanta. Who is that?
Here?
Who is that? Andre Bad Moon Rising.
Wow. I haven't heard that name in years.
I saw
They're
him.
all wearing those sunglasses, by the way. Did you see everybody in the green room wearing those same exact sunglasses?
Where's my sunglasses at? I had them over here.
I don't think you have anything that looks like that.
First of all, you don't even know about my sunglass game.
That's true.
Damn it, the Rangers tied it up. Although, you know what? We're going to call this off. We're going to call this goal off.
No, they tied it up a few minutes ago.
All right, well, we're going to get a penalty on somebody.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're going on the power play.
Power play. All right, let's see. The Falcons are going
Art Smith is the offensive coordinator for the Steelers. Of course he is.
Of course. All right, defensive tackle from Clemson.
Okay, so we get our pick of, and here we go. All let's see, my best available.
Cooper DeJean and A.D. Mitchell.
Yeah. Well, A.D. Mitchell is the best player available right now. the wide receiver from Texas. He's the number 1 best player on the board. Number 2 for me, Cooper DeJean. Number 3, Kool-Aid McKinstry. Number 4, Marshawn Kneeland. Number 5, Edgerrin Cooper. Then you get into 3 players that they're not getting drafted here, and nor, all these guys are available. Blake Fisher, the tackle from Notre Dame, Jatavian Sanders, the tight end from Texas, and Jonathan Brooke, the running back from Texas. I know people think running back, wide receiver, you're not going to do it. Guess what? Yeah, they will. These guys want one thing: talent. They're going to bring in the talent, and they're not. These aren't projects. These aren't people who they're hoping can contend for a job in the summer. Like if they draft A.D. Mitchell, I promise you, it's going to be Mitchell, Dotson, and McLaurin on the field a lot. They draft Cooper DeJean. I'll tell you what he's going to do, Rhett. He's going to, then the Rangers, did they get a shorty on us?
They got a shorty on us.
All right.
Yeah,
If they draft Cooper DeJean is a return man for us.
Dynamic in
on the
return
kickoff.
game. Yep.
So I know people are getting completely pissed off. What's up, Robert Cohen? They think, we're talking too much about the kickoff play. No, we're not. It's a play now. Where it wasn't a play before, it is a play now. And the team that puts the best 11 guys on the field for that play is going to have a crazy advantage. Cooper DeJean is, if you draft Cooper right now, and we take the opening kickoff on week 1, Cooper DeJean makes a huge play on that play. I'm telling you right now.
Wow. Somebody remember this.
Somebody remember this. We'll see though. E.O. Anderson, Nasta, AGH, Nasta. The pick is not in 2 minutes. We're on the clock, and we pick again in 4 more picks.
I love it.
And then we pick again after that in 25 picks.
Are they fielding calls right now? Is that what's going on?
They are no. The pick is in. We're taking somebody. If they trade this pick, it would be such a boner killer. That would just be a. I mean, I can't do that. The pick is in. We're making a pick. Programming note: we're gonna go tonight until the first pick of the 3rd round. When we pick at number 3 overall in the 3rd round, and we'll see how things play out if we make some trades or make a move. That should be a good hour and a half, hour 45 here on the mics, and hopefully the Caps tie it up and make it a fun evening before then. Let's do this. We're about to get a pick. Let me see if I can. You guys are gonna hear this. This is gonna be great.
Hey, can we do the chime?
I love that. It's
chime.
a copyright. It's a copyright infringement. Okay, here we go. All right, nobody say anything. Nobody say anything. We're calling Kevin. He's at a wedding reception. I hope it's not the ceremony.
Joe!
Hey, you're on live. Be careful. Don't say anything crazy. You're live to the world. We're about to make our pick, and you're on live.
It's like 1 minute before, and I'm super thrilled. And I already told you what my scenario was down here.
Yeah.
So I want you to know this. Thank you guys so much for calling. This is thrilling. What's going on? I have no phone now because I'm talking to you.
The pick is in. They haven't announced it yet. The pick is in. You're talking to the Tuesday night crowd. Rhett's here.
Yes.
Rhett's sitting in your seat. Say hi, Rhett.
Oh, what's up,
Rhett.
Kevin? All I was thinking about was you on your Speedo on the beach earlier today.
It ripped.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Now I'm even thinking about it more.
Oh,
okay,
boy.
Dan Quinn is talking to somebody on the phone. We're trying to guess who it is. I said the best player available is AD Mitchell. Obviously, Cooper DeJean's available. Kool-Aid McKinstry's available. And I don't know if there's an offensive lineman that you would take in this spot personally. Kev, before they announce it, what do you think?
Well, they were mentioning some different things. The guy from Yale has gotten some love down here in St. Augustine, Florida. That's what the word is. There's 7 different family members posted up with their cell phones, lined up outside the first incorporated city in the United States, waiting for the greatest sport ever invented to unveil the greatest teams. 5 picks in the top 100. It's the biggest night in our history since we flushed that turd down the Potomac River.
That's right. Hey, can everybody on the board, can you guys hear Kevin?
Sorry.
Yeah, they can. I'm just making sure that they can hear you because we can hear you great. I'm surprised we haven't done this more often. If it actually works,
we should call Eugene Shen next. Let's get him on the show.
Oh, I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna start dialing here. Wait, so can people hear?
Baby.
Can you hear Kevin? Daryl Green's coming out to the stage with.
That's so beautiful. I love hearing about this way.
I love hearing about it too. All right, and he's wearing a white hat with the number 28 on it. Darrell Green's out there right now. I don't want to get overly political. I would love to see Art Monk be included in this somehow this year. He can have his own day. Let's wait a couple weeks and then announce it. But the two of them should have their jerseys retired in the same year. The Hall of Fame duo.
Agreed. But let's retire this draft hat because the guy he's about to pick might be a dude. I know it's a second round pick, and we have just gotten rid of all the bad demons of second rounding. I just know it. I just know it.
Here's the thing. We have a Hall of Fame all-time great Redskins cornerback making the pick. Can they be that poetic? Can they have him draft a corner?
Ooh. If there's a giant pitcher of red liquid that barrels in through the basement down at your place with you and Red right now, it's going to be Kool-Aid McKinstry, baby.
All right.
There's a corner. Oh, yeah.
You like Kool-Aid over Cooper?
No, because Kool-Aid couldn't possibly have a better high school highlight tape, but in basketball, because Cooper was getting up and getting down.
And before we got you on the line,
he's going to be a safety, I think, guys. Yeah,
I think so too. But I also, as I said before, by the way, Darrell Green's putting on a 28 Redskins jersey before he delivers the pick.
Gosh.
Old school burgundy. He's lighting it up
Burgundy
with the
and
big
gold.
sleeves and the white and gold.
He looks right
now.
in
They don't. It doesn't say Redskins like it should. But everyone knows. Everyone knows it's an old school jersey. That jersey is old school. All right, so Darrell Green,
that's adoration.
And I hope I'm sure people are listening to Darrell and not us in this moment because Darrell's
How
talking.
good does Darrell Green look right now?
By the way, he looks
oh my god,
almost as good as you and
he
Kevin.
could play right now.
How the hell does he do this, by the way?
I don't know. So tell me real fast before. I don't know. They haven't said the name yet. We'll tell you as soon as he does. Can we call you again when we pick at number 8?
Sir, I am posted up.
All right, good.
And I would be thrilled.
All right, I know I have some numbers for some people that are on this board tonight, so I'll mix some of them in too. So Darrell is working in the crowd. Everyone loves him. I want to say I don't see any Tootsie Roll sightings yet, but I'm hoping to. And he's given love to Detroit, and Detroit's given love back. I don't know exactly what's happening, but I will say this: Cooper DeJean slots in as our kickoff returner, which I know is super important to you, Kevin.
Well, Ken, based on the football stadium that you plugged in that vibrates, I think you're right. Like,
Yes.
you line them all up at the 20 and just let it ride.
Just
You
let it
never
ride.
know what can happen.
Let's see. Oh, Greg, I also have my Darrell Green jersey. We took a defensive tackle out of nowhere. Jerzon Newton, the Illinois defensive tackle.
Now, to
Holy
be fair,
shit.
I know he was a best available player. And if
He
you want to
was
go best
listed-
available player,
He was listed as the best available player in terms of like a lot of prospect draft boards. A lot of people had him going in the first round.
I'm looking at some things that say he was the 25th best prospect in the entire draft. So getting him at 36
That's
could
our
be value.
strongest position group on our team, arguably. Kevin, do you disagree?
Only as starters, Fedarian Mathis, or Phil, as some people like to call him, is unproven. Ridgeway is a dude that's been kind of a nomad. Hey, Jonathan Allen next year cost us nothing if he has an injury, if he doesn't produce, which he always does. But Deron Payne is who we're on the hook for. Jonathan Allen is in a final year scenario, and having a young guy right here, just if it's for negotiation purposes, and even if you got to have 3 or 4, dude. I like it. It's a position.
He's the
that you
BPA.
cannot go wrong to bolster.
This is, I mean, again, we talked about it a lot. And so, Kevin, I'm going to let you roll. I'm going to call you back here in 15, 20 minutes or so when we're getting ready to when we're coming up on our 8th pick. So let this talk to some folks, do a little bit of
Electric slide,
maybe a chicken dance.
Honestly, there might be a little bump and grinding. I'm just telling you, I was on the beach all day. Just
All right, we'll call you back here soon. Think about this. Let this marinate, and we'll get a little bit of a season
amazing.
reaction from
Thank
you.
you guys thank you for including me in the most important Friday night in our franchise history.
Well, so
in modern years.
Kevin, our plan is to stay on the air through our top pick in the 3rd round, ish.
Well, that is well, I'm not going to say what that is because I don't want to ruin anything.
Yeah,
but,
we'll get there.
I promise you this. It's going to be such an amazing night. Thanks for including me. Look forward to 15 to 20 minutes.
All right,
hey,
we'll talk to you.
What's the new hashtag? What's that? Raise hail, baby.
Raise
Hashtag
hail. Raise hail.
Let's go.
I love it. All right, we'll talk to you soon. All right, so we're gonna do that a whole lot more often. God, Lord,
He sounded great too.
People
it was
don't-
loud and clear.
But by the way, that's part of the show. The progression, the slow progression of Kevin Rick at a wedding reception. We got him in early. It's 7:38 Eastern time, and I know he didn't. He didn't have his first cocktail at whatever time the cocktail hour was. Let me just assure you.
By the way, I'm glad they continued the tradition of going to commercial break right before the Commanders pick. They've been doing that for literally 15 years.
Dude, that's so.
Oh, Redskins are picking. Let's go to break.
By the way, thank you to E.O. Anderson who sent me this T-shirt. This T-shirt, because he outgrew it. I'm not above hand-me-downs. This is a medium large shirt. It's been shrunken over the years. Unlike my mom, who buys me shirts still to this day that she's hoping I'll grow into, EO sends me shirts that right away actually look amazing. So I'll be wearing. I'm like a 5-year-old. I'll wear this shirt for like the next 4 straight days. Apologize in advance to anyone who sees me in the next 4 days. I know. That's everyone. Jerzon Newton. He's a Redskin or a Commander or a football teamer. That's what's happening. That's what happened. And just like all right, not just like the Falcons drafting a quarterback when they already had Kirk Cousins. Not just like that. We said it before the second round started. This team is going to get the best player available when they pick. That's what we said. It's BPA.
Yep.
So whoever they say the best player is, they're taking him.
You have 4 more picks tonight.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yep. And we pick again in 2 picks. All right. So let's start talking about those picks. So let's.
I think another wide receiver went off the board.
Who? Don't say AD Mitchell.
No, Jalen Polk.
It's a mistake. I don't know. I don't understand it. All right. So we have 2 more. There's 3 picks: Tennessee, Carolina, then us. The way I always think about this as a fantasy football drafter is very simple. We get one of the top 3 guys we want. My top 3 guys I want: AD Mitchell, Cooper DeJean. Ooh, I should have gone this one. Cooper DeJean, Kool-Aid McKinstry. That's 3 players that are available. Then let's just say we get one of those 3 players. Here's I think what happens at the bottom of the second round. I think our 3 third-round picks somehow turn into a second-round pick again. Where we didn't trade back into the first, I think we will trade back into the second.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Hello, Cleveland. We do need an offensive lineman, manner of speaking, but I don't think there's an offensive lineman available at this level that's worthy of the pick at this level. I just don't.
Well, there's certainly no tackles that you're going to take right here who are going to stay tackles. Everybody's going to be moving inside.
CBS Draft Tracker, according to Ken Harris, gave us an A+ grade for Newton. Oh, I don't know how I switched the font, but it's so much better.
Oh, I love it. No, I definitely think Newton's a baller. Newton is a baller. He's a great player. I didn't expect to see defensive tackle right there, but again, John Allen's got a cap hit of $24-25 million in 2025. I mean, there's a lot going on. It doesn't matter.
We have the most cap space, like on average, for the next 2 or 3 years of anybody in the entire league. We don't have anyone signed for like 4 years, except for 1 or 2 guys. I mean, we're not committed. We're literally not committed to anybody. It's unbelievable, except Daron Payne. Daron Payne, to a certain extent, we still got some years left for Terry McLaurin, but these aren't guys we're upset about. Let's take that off. All right, so we're not going to get into any kind of shenanigans until after we make our pick at 8th overall.
What kind of shenanigans are we going to get into after?
I got a couple shenanigans. I got a couple. If you're on the board right now and you're listening, and then you know that I have your phone number, keep your phone handy. I might be calling you to get some reactions. If you answer the phone, I will know that is your that your consent. It's like a waiver. It's like a phone ring waiver. If you answer the phone, you agree to come on our show. We welcome the latest batch. By the way, I want to say this. We have 5.24K subscribers now, which is 0.1K more than we started the week with. So for all of you out there, I just wanted to that 0.1K of people, you guys, welcome. I hope you walk, get a little bit of a sense of the place. Walk around, get comfortable. I'd love to add another 0.1K, between now and next Tuesday, but we'll see. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I also don't want that 0.1K to feel like we don't know that they're there, because they're there, Rhett. 0.1K. Let's see. Stop. No. Best available offensive tackle is Blake Fisher. Throw this up there. It's true. He is the best. He is the top rated. There's also, what's the guy's name? Kingsley something or other?
Yeah, you were the one who mentioned him earlier.
Samaita.
I like the kid from Oregon. I know he's going to probably move to center or something like that. But
Oregon? There's also Rosengarten from Washington. But again, these aren't guys. These aren't guys who are.
I'm talking about Powers Johnson.
Okay,
Don't you
Powers
love
Johnson.
it? We got people.
Can he play? Is he going to play left tackle in the league?
He's going to move inside.
Yeah. So I'm not. I understand. You know what? If one of those guys is the best available player in 2 picks, so be it. I just don't think he is. I don't think there's any offensive linemen in this. But I'll tell. I will say also the best available is either going to be one of these corners. And by the way, these corners could fall, or if you're willing to take defense. There's an edge rusher sitting there, Marshawn Nealon from I think Western Michigan or something like that. He can play ball. Who do you got? Who is someone watching? Are you commenting on the board? Or are you?
Oh, I'm yelling at my cousin who thinks that we shouldn't have taken a defensive tackle because our offensive tackles are garbage right now. And I'm trying to explain to him that he doesn't know ball, and we know ball, so he should be watching on the podcast right now.
Yeah, someone just joined, and someone just gave us a thumbs up, and we really appreciate it. Tennessee Titans are picking someone in a gold jacket. Who is that? I should know who that is.
That's a Hall of Fame jacket, isn't it?
Tavondre Sweat, the defensive tackle from Texas.
Are we going on a DT run here?
We started a DT run.
Wow, maybe we get the best.
By the way, this guy
run.
is an animal. Like if you would have told me we were taking a defensive tackle in the second round, I would have told you it was Tavondre Sweat.
Okay.
I know that Newton was ranked higher. Sweat's 370.
That's a big man.
He's 370 pounds. He's a gigantic dude. And I happen to think that the pros coming off the Texas squad right now, there's a lot of Texas players who I like, which I don't love that about myself.
Well, they were in the big dance, so obviously they had some talent.
Dance. They had a lot of talent. They had a lot of talent. Obviously Worthy, A.D. Mitchell, Jatavian Sanders, Jonathan Brooks, the running back, who's just a stud. Did we just get destroyed on the boards?
I think they're showing a replay of the penalty that was charged to Rempe, and it probably should have been a major because he went head hunting on him.
But we're not on power play.
No. I see. It was a power play that sucked, just like all the other.
By the way, I never want to be
in the first 3 games.
I don't want to play a sport where I'm playing against Rempe. Is that how you say his name? Rempe?
Yes.
If Rempe, if I'm playing a sport where Rempe gets a free run at me
thank you.
On ice, I'm like, yeah, no way, no chance. Like that's not my sport. I'm just a little guy. I'm more of
little guy with a big mouth.
Well, take it easy. Take it easy.
The Rams, all right, they traded into.
It's a really powerful microphone. Rams trade up. Who do the Rams want? The Rams don't want a wide receiver. They have Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. They probably could use a corner. There's Jerzon Newton, our man. He's got to be the most surprised of anyone. I literally do think our guys are such pros. They're just saying okay, this is the next best football player available, and we shall take him.
We have professionals running the
show.
And
we shall take this
Imagine
man.
that.
And that's what we need. You just need talent. If you're in the year 1 AD, which we say we are, because we are, then you take the best talent that you could possibly get. And they're probably going to be good enough to play on our freaking team.
This is why you traded Montez Sweat and Chase Young, so you could reload and you could go into night 2 with 5 picks and say, you know what, I don't care if we have a corner need, if we have a wide receiver. We're going to take the best player available.
And so we know we can get one of those corners at this point in time because there's 2 of them that we like, that I like. And I don't know who the Rams are taking, but I'd be shocked if they didn't take a corner. We shall see.
Yeah, no, a corner makes sense.
Is that Torrey Holt? No, Isaac Bruce. Damn it.
No, wrong guy. Wrong.
Same team.
Greatest show on turf.
Yep.
Wide receiver.
All right, so the Rams with the whatever pick in the draft. You know what? I should turn on. I'm not going to turn on closed captioning. We don't need to go closed captioning. I don't need to hear everything that Isaac Bruce says. Although that team was so much fun to watch.
Was Ricky Prohl on that team too?
He was on that team. I ended up at a
There we go.
defensive tackle.
Defensive tackle run.
We started the run on defensive tackles.
Well, you always want to be the guy the team that starts the run. You don't want to be the guy who's reaching. So
All right, so are we going to be? Do we just? No,
we're literally back to where we were 5 picks ago, where we said we have 3 guys.
Okay, but can someone just text them and be like, "Hey guys, we're not part of the defensive tackle. We already did our role in the defensive tackle run. We don't need another one. Like we don't need to keep it going. Like there's no it's not like a pay it forward at Starbucks situation where you're just whatever the guy behind you're paying for the guy behind you. You got to go with a different position. All right, so if you feel free enough to take a defensive tackle at the top of the second round, then you dang well feel good enough to take a wide receiver.
Sure.
At the top of the second round. This next player. Oh wait, let's get him on. Let's get him on. We don't know what's happening here. All right, let's get Kevin back. Let's get him back. We need him. We're gonna track his sobriety over the next 2 hours. I love that you get to hear the ringing. It feels like I feel like a drive time radio host.
What's fun is I can guarantee you there are so many Redskins fans that he's with right now, and they're all doing the same thing on their phones, watching what's going on.
Whoa, there's been a trade. Did we didn't
We traded.
We traded
with the Eagles.
Dude, we traded.
Who do we trade and how do?
I don't know. It looks like we traded with the Eagles. Which is crazy. That just is a new guy in town. It's like Alice with Mel and the diner and Flo and all the. I mean, I don't understand what's happening, but we traded with within our own division.
And what's crazy is for whatever reason, the Eagles always find a way to sit there and have a great player available. They did it in the first round. They're going to do it here.
But what do we get? We better have gotten some goodness because Kevin on
pick 40 was millennially traded to the Eagles because that would never have happened in the 80s.
Never. Pick 40 was traded to the Eagles. Pick 40. We are now picking at 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're now picking at pick 50. That's our next pick in the second round.
And I wonder what we got.
We had to have,
got to go to the draft system. The Jimmy Johnson value thing comes in the slot.
Yeah, but how many more third round picks? It better not be another third round pick, for God's sake. Well, I mean,
oh my God.
How many third round picks can you get?
We're going to get 4 threes. We're going Steph Curry in this bad boy. We're just going to hit 4 threes in a row. No problem on a Friday night.
Stand outside the line.
How luxurious.
Oh, okay,
this is luxurious.
Kevin, we picked 50 and 53.
What?
I love that.
So we have two more second round picks. We always end up with 2 second. Oh, and we added a 5th
and 53.
By the way, AGH.
Yeah, what is AGH saying?
AGH is saying we got. Let's see, throw them up there. We got 2 seconds and a 5th.
By the way, down 5 or 10 spots.
That information is straight out of Wales, the United Kingdom. Everybody.
Do they have a better internet than we do here?
They must. They're getting the signal faster. What song is the DJ playing, Kev?
It wasn't me, by Shaggy.
Okay, no. Here's the real question.
It's an early night.
All right, so it's 7:52 p.m.
It really is.
What time was the ceremony?
John Tier
was
the reverend, and he delivered a tremendous ceremony.
Of course, I have no doubt.
I mean, he married some people tonight, dude.
All right, well, what time was the ceremony?
6.
Okay, 6. So you had some day drinks before 6. I'm guessing like high noons, is like vodka soda type situation.
It was a nooners at noon scenario. Yes.
Okay. And then what's your reception drink?
On the beach. It's good. It's a blueberry, and I don't like it. What is it when you have the ginger beer?
Dark and stormy.
No. The new. Come on, Rhett.
That wasn't me. That was Ken. I would never
get
that drink incorrect.
A blueberry dark and stormy.
Moscow Mule.
The Moscow Mule, of course. That's the ginger beer.
All right, that answers the
Yes.
question. Ken
But I'm not a
Harris.
ginger beer guy, so I've just been rifling high nooners. And well, you got to get a little whiskey when you're at a wedding, Ken, because it just looks better with a suit, right?
100% it does. E.O. Anderson is saying that Ron Rivera is DJing. It wasn't the night. Welcome. By the way, you're on with the faithful Greg Martin, E.O. Anderson, AGH, manner of speaking, Robert Cohen, Ken Harris, obviously Rhett Donnelly. We just got the hardcores on tonight. There's some other folks that are paying attention, so you got them.
From the first incorporated city in the United States of America, I would like to say I'm proud to be teammates with each and every single one of you guys. Each and every single one. You all would have been proud when we drafted Jaden Daniels last night, and our contingent lost their marbles at the local pub. It was
It's great.
Salt Life Bar, and we went bonkers because you know what? That was exciting shit. But tonight is the night, baby.
So I'll let you. I'm gonna keeping you on the line so you can hear who the Eagles draft at number 40, so we can kind of play that game. That's going to be played for.
No, there's been many dudes from Philadelphia that I've passed to 42 and vice versa. So you know what? I'm just going to say that this is kind of a cool trade. I never thought it could happen.
So the final details are Eagles trade 50, 53, 161 for 40 and 78. We traded a third-round pick.
Okay.
78.
So our 78 is gone. We have 67. So now we have 50, 53, and 67. No 78?
You got it.
That's right.
All right. I like it.
So that I think
upgraded. We're moving on up.
I think that brings our Jatavian Sanders into the conversation. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. That's his territory. If he lasts that long,
there's very few names we've all agreed upon, and we're just really excited about what he could possibly bring to the franchise, and I love it. Jatavian Sanders, you're welcome, sir.
So
right here in town.
Eagles already took a quarterback, correct? And they took two.
Oh, they took two.
They just took Cooper DeJean. Cooper DeJean goes. They trade us, and they get Cooper DeJean. He's an Eagle.
He will be a hero in Philadelphia. Yo, you saw we got Cooper? Oh,
we got Cooper.
Yeah. They're going to be digging that one. But you know what? We always will be able to say we passed on that.
We passed on that.
Gathered up another buck. We passed on that.
We're going to be seeing. I mean, that's the downside. That's the reason why you don't do these trades if you're focused on the wrong things. We're going to see him twice a year.
Is he a corner? Is he a safety? He's awesome in high school hoops highlights. I know that.
Yeah.
But is he a corner or safety? I don't know. Some people list him as a safety. I believe he moves back there, and that's pretty neat. But
I think he's going to be a dude. I think he's going to be a dude if he stays healthy.
Yeah, well, but I think we know that we're going to get a dude and a half in replacement. I don't know how that works.
We're going to get a dude.
I don't know if it's like at the waist or right through the middle. But I'm just saying, on paper, we're getting it. We're getting paid. We're getting paid.
All right, I'm calling
50,
you back.
53.
I'm calling you back. We're at pick 40. I'm calling you back in about 30 minutes or so.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm going to call you back. All right, go get in line and get yourself a Blueberry Mule. Ken Harris, not happy with the trade because he does not. I'm guessing he doesn't want to see Cooper go to Philly. But Kev, I'll be back to you in 30.
I get it.
Another trade, by the way.
Cooper
Another trade.
Out.
New Orleans just traded up, which we care zero about. All right, I'll talk to you soon, Kev.
Peace.
All right, let's do this. All right, so the reception goes on, and I'm going to do this. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to. He talked. Let's see if he's answering his phone. Let's see if he's answering his phone. Where are we?
That is a kick to the balls, by the way. That was my guy.
It is. It is a kick to the balls.
We had to trade the Eagles.
All right. By the way, this is my audition tape for.
Hey man.
This is my audition tape for DC Sports Drive Time Talk Radio, where instead of people calling me, I call them. So we got Ken Harris. He's on live on Thank God It's Tuesday, the Friday edition. You got Rhett. You're on with Ken.
What's up, buddy?
Full disclosure, I'm not on my golf weekend. Since I talked to you guys Tuesday night, everyone in the Harris household is COVID positive, so we are in lockdown.
Dude.
So I apologize for the the throatiness in my voice is not my Friday night sexy voice.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna lie.
We're hurting.
It's doing it for Rhett, so don't worry about it.
I had to step away for a second.
It's working. So I won't keep you long. But I saw that you said you're not happy about the trade, or is it because they took Cooper, or you just don't like trading with Philly?
I answered D, SAT, all of the above.
Yep,
I mean,
okay.
Ken, Cooper. I thought Cooper with the first pick, and then he dropped down further, and as Brett was saying, it was like, oh, this is perfect. Nothing's changed. You know, we had that run on defensive line, and so I said, wow, this is great. We can get Cooper later. And then, you know, that's a hit in the stomach. And then to go to Philadelphia, where we'll see him twice a year.
Yep.
Man, I got to take extra Paxlovid now.
And you need to definitely double fist. But the Kool-Aid McKinstry comes off the board next as New Orleans trades up. So two of our top three. So as you saw, two of the top 3 guys that I wanted at number 40 go back to back. So on one hand, really makes me look kind of smart. On the other hand, I have to see one of those guys twice a year. So Ken Harris, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to give you a Paxlovid break, and I wanted to say we're treating ourselves to your candy. And by the way, that's not a sexual euphemism. I'm actually talking about your candy that you sent us. So we're going to put that right here on the desk. We're going to celebrate with some candy. Hey, by the way, Brett, pick something out. You deserve it.
I'm not even gonna look.
For Jerzon Newton.
So Ken, do you think at 53, you think we're waiting for the tackle and the Notre Dame guy? That it seems we're value based drafting here.
I think this is Eugene Shen and Adam Peters have a list of their best players available. I think we're going right down it. I'm interested to understand getting the extra second round pick to me tells me that they were less in love with a player in particular and more in love with getting 2 guys in the top 53. And I also believe in my heart of hearts, unless Jatavian Sanders goes before we draft, which is possible, I think he's the guy in one of those 2 picks.
Oh wow!
But
this is going to be exciting here. 50 and 53 coming up here.
50 and 53 on the way. So enjoy it, my friend.
I still hope I'm conscious. I don't know. That's going to be a good bet. Who's going to be more conscious, me or Kevin? But for different reasons.
By the way, now you're talking. Now we're making action. We're making live action. Put your money on the table. But
you guys are doing a great job.
I'm sorry that you're not on your golf trip, but that just means that you and me are playing golf real soon.
All right, buddy.
All right, man. I'll talk to you soon. Love you.
Keep it going. Thanks.
Yes, sir. All right. Bye-bye. All right, guys. I mean, look, listen. This is the new age of Thank God It's Tuesday, where it's not a call-in show, it's a call-out show.
Oh, I love it.
A call-out show. That's amazing. And I'm sorry I can't call all the way to Wales. But
not with that attitude, you can't.
No, not with that attitude, you can't. Where's my? Let's see. Oh, here we go. Oop, nope. All right. So, who else can we call? I mean, I can. By the way, one of these nights, it's just going to be, it's going to be like late in the game, and we're just going to start calling just random people. We're not going to call Robbie Hannon because he's in the house. By the way, this is a replay. We're 1-1. We're 2-1 at the intermission. So, Robbie, in case you're not, just to bring you up to speed, we traded out of the number 40 overall with the Eagles. They took Cooper DeJean, the cornerback from Iowa. Now we draft 50 and 53. Help yourself to any beverages you would like. What do you want, by the way? Check the fridge, check around. You know the run of the place. We have one.
All right. So
two,
by the way,
three, four, five,
we've had a
six.
few minutes to digest this.
Yes.
Do you like that decision, going from 40 to 50, 53?
So yes,
You're a trade back guy.
I'm a trade back guy. Why I like the decision. So the thing is, you have to weigh it against also trading with your divisional rival.
Sure.
Because no matter what happens now, we're inextricably linked to Cooper DeJean as fans twice a year for the rest of our lives.
Sure.
And I hate that. So I never like to trade. I never like to trade with. I never like to trade with a divisional whatever opponent. But the thing that I love about it is these are our guys. Adam Peters, Rob, you can walk around here if you want. Yeah, come on right in front.
Well, give
Everyone
him
can
the whole
you
view.
want to sit down? You want to sit in with
give
us?
him the
Wait,
front shot, the
Rob,
back
come over
shot.
and sit down for a second.
Yeah, go
Hey,
ahead.
sit down right here. Sit down right here for a second and put these headphones on, and then I'll get your pick. You can be the first live in-person guest. All right, here you
I don't
go.
know if I'm an exciting in-person guest.
No, you're not exciting. Don't worry.
Definitely.
By the way, I'm exciting. You don't have to be exciting.
Okay.
All right, here you go.
What
There
that's
you go.
why they pay Ken the big bucks.
Yeah, dude, you don't have to be exciting. You just have to be handsome. You're just the eye candy. Okay. Do me a favor. Why don't you take off that top for us, Mister? Let's just come on. Let's go. Let's get
You want me
this.
to take it off?
Let's
It's a
get it
little
real. This is
uncomfortable
$2, everybody. $2. Everyone, $2. Everything you see there is everything everyone can see.
here? Okay.
So, by the way, people are giving us we're getting subscriptions and thumbs up.
many thumbs up.
Unbelievable. All kinds of thumbs because you joined. All right.
Sure.
Thoughts on Jaden Daniels?
It's a tough one.
What's a tough one about it? Here, make sure you talk into the mic. People want to hear you.
Okay.
He's very soft spoken.
I don't know a lot about him. I will tell you that, but I will say is he going to be a starter? Most likely not.
You don't think Jaden Daniels starts for us in week 1?
I mean, possibly. I don't know.
It is possibly. But if you draft a guy at number 2 overall, he's definitely a starter for you.
You would think so, right? Yeah.
I don't think these guys are afraid to start Marcus Mariota in week 1 or 2 and or 3. But they've been telling us, they being the talking heads and the experts, they've been saying of the plethora of quarterbacks that are being selected in this draft, that Jaden Daniels, was the one outside of Caleb Williams.
I was going to say Caleb's got to be number 1,
Well,
most ready.
Chicago fired all their quarterbacks, so it was like a burn the bridges scenario.
Right.
You know,
It's like RG4 all over again, right?
Jaden Daniels or
Yeah.
so this is why I say no to that. I think he is a way better passer than Robert Griffin III, and I don't think that's. I don't think that's
a reach.
That's a reach at all.
No.
He's considered, Penix and Daniels are very accurate, passers. They're mobile.
So Penix is
Daniels
another
more than Penix.
another interesting pick, huh? Penix? Really?
Yeah, but by the way, we already said Taylor Heineke's the one who really got screwed.
Yes. Mhm, for sure. Maybe he'll
it's
come
all-
back. Maybe he'll come back.
Maybe he's all of a sudden potentially available.
Yeah.
I don't mind people drafting best player. I love it when people draft best player available. I think that is the way life should be. And because the reason why is because in the NFL probably like 7, 8, 9 years ago, and it really was 1 year to the next, whatever that line was, people can debate what the line was. That we went to a scheme specific best player available NFL draft, which sounds crazy because it always should have been that way.
Right.
You always should be doing that. But like there's so many ideologies in football now, defensively and offensively. And I feel like people just were dared into drafting players that did not make sense for their team because everyone was like, that guy's the best guy available. You should draft him. He's the best quarterback, blah, blah, blah. Now you have offensive coordinators who do it differently than each other, defensive coordinators who do it differently than each other. And so, I love Michael Penix to Atlanta for a variety of reasons. And just let's also, Rhett, you and I didn't talk about this.
Yeah.
This is perfect for Kirk Cousins because he was the second quarterback drafted the last time. When he came into the league, we already had a quarterback. We picked him 3 hours before. His name was Robert Griffin. We took RG3 in the first round, and then we were like, we also would like Kirk Cousins, please. But he was the second quarterback drafted when our starter, who hadn't even played it down for us yet, was the flashy. Yeah. Owners, so this is perfect for Kirk. He's not in uncharted territory.
No.
He understands what it means to get loaded at quarterback. Max Melton off the board for Arizona now. So we allowed the cornerback run that should have started with us at 40.
So what are we doing?
Gone.
So what's next for us?
So we pick in 5 picks. We have said that looping back to this trade, we traded 40.
Right.
Rhett, reload that. We
Yeah,
traded
gave
40.
away 40 for 50 and 53, and then I think there was a swap. We gave
And
up
we swapped
78.
third?
Yeah, no. We gave up 78 and got, I think, a fourth or a fifth or something like that.
Oh, and a fifth, yeah.
A fifth.
So it cost us one of our 2/3. So we have an extra second, still, but now only 2/3.
Yes.
And then we have, some donkey in the fifth who's coming in who better be freaking good, because that's the guy. That's the guy who I'm going to be linked to Cooper DeJean, our fifth, whoever that 5th round pick is. So Raiders are done. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're 6 picks away. So
And you talk about Newton? Did you talk about Newton already?
he was the best player available, and so
That was a little concerning.
no. Well, here's the thing. I know people are going to say you already have Payne, you already have Allen, but the reason why you take Jerzon Newton in that spot is because you are in a full-on rebuild, and you need the best football talent you can possibly get on rookie contracts as fast as possible. He is going to play for us right away. I mean, Jerron Payne and Jonathan Allen can't play 100% of defensive downs. He's a stud, and if and when Jonathan Allen does move on, you have a guy on a low contract. He was a first-round talent. Everywhere I saw, he was a first-rounder. We started the run on defensive tackles, so I think that it fit, you could see that the league kind of saw it our way, and big, strong, fat, athletic monsters.
He's a three down. He's a interior line defensive line.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
You can never have the more studly monster guys you can have when you get off the bus. Because now you're like, all right, Newton, you're off the bus. Get up to the front of the line. We're sending you off the bus first. I don't know how you guys did it at Gonzaga.
Of course.
You never had any Jerzon Newton type guys. At best, maybe Deeren. Maybe Deeren could puff it out. He could puff out his gut a little bit and make him look up.
He was on the drum.
He was on the drum.
Yeah.
He was making a lot of noise. He had a lot of
Definitely
spirit.
Taking his shirt off.
What are
for
you
sure.
doing? Are you putting a little bet on?
I'm just looking. I'm looking to see what's going on. Best available.
Oh, I see. Best available.
Yeah.
Who do you see as the? So I have been saying since the round started, and I've become dumber by the second, according to the National Football League. A.D. Mitchell, the wide receiver from Texas, to me was the best football player available in this draft when we showed up tonight. I think he's still the most
Still available.
available and the best football player that's on the board.
He is right now. That's what they're saying.
I can't imagine. Is he ranked? I mean, he's a
one.
stud. He's a
Yeah,
stud.
right now.
Now you're just talking about teams that may have already taken a wide receiver in the first round, but I can't imagine he'll be available when we pick again. Who I do think will be available, or I hope will be available, is the tight end from Texas,
Tight end.
Jatavian Sanders.
Okay.
And he might be a reach. He was a reach at 40, but he might not be a reach in the 50s.
They got him at 21 right now. Best available, 21. So we'll see.
Brian Bulaga. I mean, they know how to pull in
Oh my gosh.
the Q factor at the NFL draft. Everyone gets up for Brian Bulaga. So by the way, just so I talked to Annie about being calling the
Calling
girls,
the play-by-play?
No, color analyst.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
play-by-play.
Okay. All right.
I'm because I don't know anything about anything.
Yeah, what'd
I
she
can say
say?
people's names. She's gonna think about it,
Okay. Well, she's at Stone Ridge now, so
but that's okay.
yeah.
She's an expert. And she's been personally requested.
Okay.
So now we can say that you guys are the first couple who've both been on the air for First Amendment Sports.
It's true.
The first couple.
new.
That is a record-breaking
best.
situation. Even though you're not wearing any Redskins gear, which I'm a little bit upset
I know.
about.
Well, I didn't expect to be thrown on the air right now. I had no idea you were even on the air.
Good for you that you did all your. Did you put the? So what?
I walk in, all these lights are
Why
on.
are you wearing so much makeup then? That's,
Yeah,
that's
I know,
crazy.
I
You
know.
just randomly
I
wore
just
that
go
much
out like
makeup.
that. I just go out like that.
Well, I appreciate that. We all appreciate that. All right, so we're a couple picks away.
I like Adrian Cooper, by the way. He's a great player.
All right, so you saw him on my list. I have it. Marshawn Nealon ranked above Edrin. Did Edrin Cooper just go?
Yeah, he did to Green Bay.
All right, good. I love Green Bay. Let them get. I mean, Edrin Cooper can play ball.
Analysis.
On
I know that was great analysis.
Edrin Cooper
Can he
is
play ball?
He can play ball.
He's going to start for them. He's an upgrade for them. He's a good tackler. He could develop coverage skills, which he's going to need to do at the next level. But he's athletic enough, and he has the length.
Sure.
If you draft Edgerrin Cooper at this point in the second round, you're expecting him to play ball. I'll tell you what. We got a couple minutes. I'm gonna get a guy on. Let's see. I know who I'm gonna call, and he has no idea that he's gonna be alive on the air, but we're gonna do this anyways.
You know, Alan might be coming.
I hope.
Put him on.
I'll tell you.
You should call Jatavian Sanders.
Dude, a lot of people are gonna get on the air tonight. All
See
right,
what he's doing.
everybody, be quiet. Everyone, be quiet. By the way, Nick can't hear it. The people here can't hear anything. All right,
Turn that
Lance,
off.
you're live on the air with First Amendment Sports. This is a reverse daytime drive time talk show. Where instead of people who call us, we call people.
I'd love to hear it.
All right, so you're on live. You got Rhett Donnelly and
Lance?
$2 Rob on the mics. Say hi, Rob.
Hello.
There you go. There you
Do
go.
do we have a more expensive Rob available?
No, we
That's
can
good
only
one.
afford the $2 Rob. We can only afford the $2 Rob. And we got two of them. So just as a
good.
backup,
All right.
but
Great.
just in case.
Great.
It only costs $4. All right, so I got two questions for you. First and foremost,
Yes.
how has 24 hours been for you in terms of warming up to the Jaden Daniels era?
I would say I'm in a similar state as to where I was last night. I'm still a little crestfallen, as I said in my text to you. Warming up to it, but just grass is probably always greener, right? Always looking for. Here's the thing. I wanted. He could be RG3 for a year, but I'd rather have 10 years of. I'd rather have 10 years of Andy Dalton than 1 year of RG3.
Yeah, because we already had 1 year of RG3. And,
Right.
and
I
it
just
was
want some stability at that
yeah.
position. And I have a good friend that texted me today, and she's like, and she went to LSU, huge LSU guy or person, and is, was like,
It is 2024.
it is. She was like, I feel really bad for you. We really like him, but it's not going to work out for you. He's going to get broken in half.
He's a little bigger than RG3, right?
He's a little bigger than RG3,
and
but
they'll put some more weight
but
on
he's
him.
still breakable. By the way, Jonathan Brooks just got drafted by the
First
Carolina
running back,
Panthers.
the first running
The
back.
first running back. I had him as my top rated running back available. So once again, obviously I know as much as a bunch of dumbass general managers in the National Football League. All right, so like me, you wanted some action. I wanted the action at the top of the first round. I would love to have seen us get some extra first round picks. Now,
Yes.
you and I talked about this. The feeling of not settling our left tackle position at this point in time. My comment to Rhett earlier was, yes, you have a mobile quarterback who can mask some offensive line issues, but I don't want to be planning to mask my offensive line issues in April.
No, and I don't know how they can go about fixing that now.
They can't.
Right. So
It's
it's
impossible.
a little bit of a pickle. Yeah, it's a little bit of a pickle.
Who's Data Blender, by the way, throwing shade at $2?
Well, it's funny. Alan's texting me saying you turned the comments off.
No, I did not.
Oh.
No, I did not. No, I did not turn any comments off. And that's, by the way, Data.
Figure it out. Stand by.
Yeah, no, the comments are
Love
turned
it,
on,
love
and
it.
there's going to be a lot of comments about you. By the way, this is my friend Lance. Can I say your full name on the air?
Certainly, yeah. I think we're okay to do that.
Yes, Lance Hayden, my brother, and we tailgated together for decades in Landover, and so we have connections like 4 or 5 different. As everybody from the DMV does, our connections are deeper than that. But once they got to that, they were never deeper than that. The sentiment that you have here about the first round pick, I think I share with you. Wanted the action at the top of the first round.
There's a lot of holes to fill, Ken. There's a lot of holes, right? If we could have just gotten a couple more picks, it just didn't look like there was a lot of people willing to trade down, right? I mean, the Chargers were rumored to trade down.
Yep.
The Cardinals were rumored to trade down. Nobody did. So, or at least in those first 5 picks. So, I do have a little bit of nugget for you. I kind of found out last night.
let's
I
go.
was sitting there watching. Well, it's not
Nuggets.
that exciting,
Nuggets.
but so last night we're
Like
sitting
a
there watching,
Popeyes
and
nugget or like a Chick-fil-A nugget? Because like one's better than the other.
I'm actually more of an Arby's tender kind of guy.
Oh God. Okay, fair enough. Go ahead.
If we're
Poor man's nugget.
if we're swimming in that pool.
Yeah, that's like a poverty nugget, dude. But then
Yeah.
whatever. Go ahead.
So so you know how like they have jerseys for everybody ready to go,
Yeah.
like, and you don't know who's trading who, what team's going to pick who, or long story short, there's a company that does this every year, and they get like 60 or 70 guys, and they make jerseys. They have nameplates for every player for every team, and they just plop them on real quick. And like after the pick is in, and by the time you see Goodell, like they got the jersey for him. I don't know. It was an interesting article.
Just
Yes.
like screen print it right
So
away.
this was an Arby's level nugget. Then it sounds like. So
Well,
it was very.
Well, but actually, you lead me because I had intended. So like I just figured out the technology, by the way, to start calling people. It's a technology that's been hidden from me by the gods.
Oh, is this new?
Because this is new. This is just
new.
like us calling people. Yes, this is very new. So people are gonna be changing. This is like people have had the same phone number for their entire lives, but now like people are gonna start changing their number. They were like, no, can't have my number forever. All right, so Lance, what jersey?
Yes.
Current player on the team, including Jaden Daniels and Jerzon Newton, what jersey are you most likely to buy? If assuming you don't have a single jersey right now of on
Big
our team.
five. A big five, I think.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. It's Tress Way, right? Is that my man?
Yeah,
Tress Way?
Tress Way.
Tress Way.
I love it. I love it. I mean, he's our all. I mean, by the way, okay. So Lance, we've had this like conversation on the show a bunch about Tress Way, and this is my problem with the Tress Way stuff. I love Tress Way, as we all do, because he's been one of our best players, if not our best player, multiple seasons now over the last terrible darkness, like ridiculously terrible, depressing era of football. But it's like the thing that sucks the hardest is when you're like, okay, at least we have Tress Way, and then like Pro Bowl voting comes around, and there's like
Yeah.
5 guys whose numbers are better than Tress Way. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's the greatest player of all time. How can anyone be better than him? And you're like, well, except for this guy punts farther. This guy is. But when you're like,
Better
oh
hang
god,
time.
damn it! Like I can't believe. So I love Tress Way, and I'm happy that consistently he's been one of our greatest players. But at the same time, I'm like, God, he's not even the best freaking punter, like in an area, like the tri-state.
Yeah, but he's our best player.
He's our best
That's
player.
all that matters.
I know.
He's
all that
our
matters.
best punter.
Yeah, there you go. I love him. I love him too. All right. So am I going to let you get out on that one, Lance? All right. Who do you want the most? We pick in a couple picks. Who do you want?
So I just went out on a walk, and I saw that there was a trade. I guess that the Eagles got our pick. Is that right?
Oh
Is that how it
yeah.
all
Sure.
went down?
You're catching up. So we had number 40 overall
Yeah.
in the second round. We traded that to the Eagles, and they took Cooper DeJean, and the next team quickly came in and took Kool-Aid McKinstry, and the next team quickly came in and took Max Melton. So we started
Okay, so-
a defensive tackle run, and then by our trade, we started a cornerback run. So,
And so we
those
have
players are gone.
50.
We
We
have
have 50, right? Coming up.
50
Is that
and
next?
53. So
Okay.
we're picking in 3
Okay.
picks and 6 picks.
So what are we
Okay,
going for
all right.
there?
I think we're going for Jatavian Sanders, the tight end from Texas. But who do you want, Lance? You know who my guys are. I already sent them to you.
Oh no, I don't know enough about college football at this point to speak eloquently or knowledgeably on any of that.
When's
but
that
I
ever
would
stopped you
say-
before?
I wouldn't even know anybody. Just what I would say a position of need, probably just something, a line pick of some sort, whether.
Offensive line. Okay, all right. So
Yeah,
Blake
yeah,
Fisher,
we'll go with that.
Kingsley, Rosengarten, one of these guys like Odie really likes Odengarden. I might have to see if he's available at some point before the night's out. God, I can't believe basically our show is my entire Rolodex at this point in time. Lance, you were the first. You and Ken Harris were the first 2 people outside of our show host that got called onto the show. So I want you to feel that honor. I thought of you right away, and I love the I can hear your stomach tied knots. It's interesting because the Caps are playing in a playoff game tonight, and everyone knows Stanley Cup playoff hockey ties your stomach up in knots. But not if your team is drafting in the second round.
Is that call
man.
waiting?
We're getting some call waiting. Hey,
Call
Lance, let me put you on hold for a second. Hold on. Lance, hold on 1 second.
I
Hold
will say
on.
no. I feel like I got my value. I feel like I got my value from Rob.
All right. Hold on. I'll let you go. I'm gonna let you go.
Take care.
Yep.
All right.
Derek Elphick.
Oh, missed it.
No, we missed him.
Too slow.
Too slow. All right. Well, that's okay. Lance Hayden got on the air. We're a couple picks
Yeah,
away.
Another defensive tackle, Mason Smith. So we are 1 pick away.
We're 1 pick away. All right. Tell you what. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get Kevin back on, and then we're gonna go to. I got some.
You know, you should call. You should call Alan.
No, Alan's coming here.
He really wants to say something.
Tell Alan, get your ass over here. It's like a 2-minute drive, and you can be on the air in a heartbeat. Because I know. Oh yes, here we go. All right, let's get Kevin back on. We're 1 pick away. 2 picks away. 1 pick away.
I think one.
Yeah, Jaguars just went 48. Bengals
Jags.
pick is in at 49, and we get 50.
And we
are 1 away. And AD Mitchell's still sitting there.
AD Mitchell is still sitting there. Is that Derek Elphick? Yeah. There's no way you came down that staircase. You're 9 feet tall. It's the worst staircase for you.
Wow.
All right, everybody, welcome to the show. Derek Elphick.
He's like a Seinfeld episode.
He's a New York Giants fan. Come on in. Yeah, we're live. We're like, come on, you can come on through here. Grab a seat. Let's get Kevin Rickett back on the line.
Got the shopping bag of beer there.
That's a wild
Hey,
move.
do you have ice in there? Do you have ice in there? I got a cooler for you right there on the floor. Yeah, just right there, that blue cooler right on the floor.
You don't like it when I put this bag of beer on your leather couch?
I got no leather.
Split my pants, and I appreciate the phone call.
You split your pants?
Oh, already?
No, I've yet to.
All right. The Bengals have just made their selection. We are next. Now, here's the
This is so exciting.
Here's players who are still available. Now, the quarterback, the Philadelphia Eagles started a run at quarterback. They took Cooper DeJean, the Iowa corner. Kool-Aid McKinstry went next. Max Melton went next. 3 corners off the board. And then, some other players that we're probably not as worried about. AD Mitchell still on the board. Jonathan Brooks, by the way, the running back from Texas, gone. A player that you and I both like, but we have running backs.
Long strider, and my mom always said never hang out with long striders. So I told you today on a text I was a little nervous about a long strider because I just want a quick ass dude. You know what I mean? Explosive is the word we've heard about. Long striding is not explosive. That's not for us. That's what we've been taught. Correct?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
All right. Who is that?
They're letting Derek Elphick's in the house.
The dulcet tones of Derek.
I know, Derek. But your voice, you could be on the far. You could have been next door on the other side of the yard, and they would have been able to hear your voice. By the way, Tootsie Rolls, that's for Darryl Green.
Yeah, that's why I selected Tootsie Rolls. What are you talking about?
Oh,
is
so
Darryl Green
smart.
coming back out here? By the way, in next
I
pick?
hope he does. Big
was
selection
great.
by the Cincinnati Bengals. Kevin, WCAC in the house.
Who?
How many Chris Jenkins are there that went or WCAC guys?
Chris
Running
Jenkins.
running back from DeMatha?
No, Chris Jenkins.
Oh, God dang it. And honestly, I thought Chris Jenkins was the guy that we were going to get. But once we drafted
Newton.
our man, Jerzon, there was no chance that
That's right.
Chris Jenkins was coming.
Chris
And
Jenkins
You know
from
what? Chris Jenkins
Good
is
Counsel.
a dude. He's gonna have a great career, and we watched him dominate like a senior should in high school.
By the
if
way,
you're
he
a
dominated
five-star.
Caleb Williams in high
He was a
school.
badass. He did 4-1 versus Caleb. By
Yes.
the way.
So for all you out there watching, looking for good nuggets on First Amendment tonight, Chris Jenkins, the defensive tackle who just got drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals, was a stud WCAC player who got the better of Caleb Williams from Gonzaga. By the way, Rob went to Gonzaga, everybody. And your player stinks. Just kidding. We love Caleb.
We got the pick in here.
The Washington, by the way, has already raced
talk to
their
me.
pick in. Like they're literally
man.
not a second went off the clock before we put our pick in.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, without a doubt, this will be an offensive player. You guys like how risky I get?
I'm gonna say AD Mitchell. I don't think that a guy that good stays on the board past these guys. Troy Vincent, by the way, is making the pick, so he shouldn't have anything loquacious to say about anything.
No, but he did block. I think he blocked a field goal for us.
That Sean Taylor then ran back
Scoop
the
and score, correct?
scoop and penalty, which led to a Nick Novak winning. Mike Sanristel, the Michigan cornerback, is who we just drafted. Whose leadership, production, he's compared to Antoine Winfield Sr. We just drafted a cornerback from Michigan.
He wasn't even on the top.
Honestly, I don't know why you call me in Florida and then I give you the expert analysis of a guaranteed offensive pick and we take the 4th cornerback selected in a row.
What's interesting, Kevin, is NFL.com, their best player available or their best overall prospect, we take number 50. He is ranked number 50.
Mike
I love
Sane
that,
Ristel. Can we say his name?
I love
God
it.
darn it. This is like a Sane Ristel. I think it's Sane Ristel. All right, so we have a cornerback, two corners in a row, two defensive players in a row in the second round, and we draft again quickly, Kev, if you want to stay with us.
This is. I mean, I'm telling you, this is arousing. I'm at a great wedding. It's a gorgeous place. You ever heard of Flagler College in St. Augustine?
Flagler?
I would like to. I think I'm going back to school. Back to school too.
Back
it's coming
to
out.
school.
You're in St.
Oh,
Augustine.
boy.
Back to school.
I am.
Great
Red,
spot. Great
Red,
spot.
Red. It's got a little bit of special. It's got a lot of special. It's typically I like to be in front of my freaking television screen with my notepad and a couple cocktails for this draft. And you guys are really, really helping me here, and I really appreciate you including me. Everyone at this whole entire event knows I'm walking outside to talk about the boys, our dudes, the Redskins, and it's just special. It's special for everyone. I'm coming back in. They're like, "What did Ken say?" I'm like, "T's not there, but Rhett's there." Well, what did Rhett say?
And Rob
well,
Hannon now is
Rhett
sitting
said,
in T's seat for a second or two.
You got Derek Elphick, Rob Hannon. Like, you have an all-star night, and I'm not there. This is exciting for you guys, but I'm just telling you, it's going to have to get run back.
2 defensive players in the second round so far.
Holy shit.
And
that's shocking to me.
We pick again.
That D tackle and corner is unexpected at best, but best player available is huge.
So he's a nickel corner prospect, highest floor in the draft class, according to
He's only 5'9".
A little
Martin.
guy. He's a little fella.
Yeah,
5'9".
he's a little fella. So we got another cover. We got a cover guy. I will say I'm a little surprised that we went defensive tackle corner. But what I've been kind of saying on Night Kev is that I don't think these guys came into the night saying we have to get this position or that position. I think they came into the night saying we want the best guys available.
Explosive, badass ballers. Let's leave with 5 dudes. Let's go high five with 5 dudes, and I like it. I don't know a ton about Homeboy, but I know this: he's going to be explosive and he's going to hit you right in the mouth because that's what we're talking about and that's what we want. So. But sheesh, that cornerback room is a little crowded, and the D tackle room's a little crowded, and that's okay.
We've been running through some quarterbacks the last couple of years. We've been running through them.
We always have. We always do.
Steelers pick is in, which means we are 1 pick away from getting on the board. So, what's going on at the wedding reception? Anything crazy? Anything?
Well, it couldn't be more gorgeous. Everyone's looking at me crazy. The scuttlebutt is, I haven't gone back yet. In fact, when I told my dad we took Cooper to John, he was like, "No, we didn't. We took so-and-so." So there's a lot of misinformation, just like everywhere else for the last 3 weeks.
Well, we're clearing things up down in St. Augustine. That is for sure.
And thank you, because we need it.
The Caps are on a power play, but they're down 2-1 in the second period.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for us.
Yeah, I get it. It's an uphill battle, but you know what? It's a tough night to play Game 3 on draft night. Just saying.
It is. We have a lot more wins tonight than we have losses if the Caps lose. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm a little bit of shock that we took a defensive tackle and a cornerback with the picks in the second round.
Well, you wouldn't have been that shocked if we took a cornerback, though. We talked about that. I guess it's the player that we took.
Yeah, but
there's a couple more ahead of him.
Once DeJean and I'm already like dreading hearing someone try and explain to me that we wanted Sane Ristel all along, that we were just waiting for him to fall to us. Like, I
have mock draft for 4 months and I have not seen Ristel once.
Yes,
never saw it.
I've never seen Ristel either. So
I am very surprised that we sent Ristel.
I'm very surprised we seen Ristel. It doesn't, but I mean, whatever. Like, again, when you're drafting number 2 overall, you need players, and so they're saying that this guy's going to be a player for us. All right, so AD Mitchell continues to sit at the top of the best available. There's not a single tight end in the top 12 available on most people's thing. But Jatavian, the thing about Jatavian Sanders is, will he still be there at 3 overall in the 3rd round?
I have 2 things to answer you to.
Yep.
One is there's definitely a tight end right in the room with you. It's Derek Elping. Secondly,
Yes.
we got to get Sanders. We got to get Sanders. We got to get Sanders.
Zach Frazier, center, West Virginia, goes to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is having a very Pittsburgh draft. First of all, what's his face? The prep guy, Artie Smith, is their offensive coordinator, is what I was told. So they're just getting insanely unsexy and unexciting on offense.
Are you calling Arthur Smith not sexy?
I'm not.
Are you saying that Red Dunley's not on his draft board as well?
Did he keep the stash when he went to Pittsburgh? Because the stash is more of a Pittsburgh thing than an Atlanta thing. I'm actually.
It was never a good fit.
It was never. The mustache was never a good fit in Atlanta. The mustache was always a better fit in Pittsburgh. Everyone knows this.
I thought it was superimposed for a while. It just didn't fit.
It works.
And, that wasn't in Tennessee, Arthur. That's all. I know.
By the way,
we've
had great mustache trades over the last few years. I think we had there was a couple good trades.
Is this Zach here wrestling? Oh
Zach
my
Frazier
gosh.
is a wrestler. By the way, what else do you want, Kevin? They're showing wrestling highlights from Zach Frazier, the center from West Virginia, and he's just dominating some dude on a wrestling mat. And I'm like, what else do you want? Like, that's the greatest highlight you could play for a center.
Are you sure you guys are watching the right channel?
Wait a second. There's a lot of mud involved, and someone's.
I've been informed that Bobby the Brain Heenan is behind all of this.
Yes. Oh. / Lance Seacrest. Lance Seacrest, who's a spitting image for Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Lance Seacrest is in the house.
He's on his way, and he's a spitting image of.
Why are you running an Adam Sandler movie of old-time great dudes running through the basement while I'm I vacation once every freaking 8 years, dude?
Yeah, well, Alan Voigt's about to
That
get on the
basement
mic.
is one of my favorite places, and this is a night that it's like a WWF reunion in there.
In many cases, it is. All right, so we're next on the clock. By the way, the Indiana Colts pick
I'm so excited.
is in. We'll see who they pick. So once again, I say it at the top of my lungs. Unless Indianapolis picks a wide receiver, which I don't think they will. They have Pittman. They have Josh Downs. They have Mo Alley Cox, a tight end. They have Jonathan Taylor. I can't imagine. Of course, you want to give Anthony Richardson someone to throw to, but really, what you want to do is protect Anthony Richardson. So I'll say this. A.D. Mitchell and Jatavian Sanders are my top 2 picks for the next selection. Kevin, you get to go first. Of those 2 guys, who do you want more?
Well, listen, I'm going to keep it real. We've all agreed on Sanders as being a dude that we really, really think. Listen, there's a tight end, not a quarterback's best friend. Who did freaking Dallas line up with Troy Aikman? I'm sorry. I'm just.
Jay Novacek.
Jay Novacek. Let's go, Jay Novacek. Let's go. Mr. Sanders, welcome to Washington, D.C. Hang out with Jaden. Let's roll. Let's get these pups and grow into dogs and change the whole culture around town.
I know Colts won't select a tight end because they had Mo Alley Cox, but they also have a guy named Jelani Woods who's like 6'6", 6'7", just a gigantic dude who came on at the end of last season. I don't believe they'll take a tight end. Maybe they won't take. Greg Martin is asking for Blake Fisher. Greg, we'll see if that comes to
You know
fruition.
what? He's not wrong there. He's not wrong, but I know this. I'm going to go out on a limb. Let's get offensive with it, for damn sake. Let's surround our guy real quick on that side of the ball, starting right about now. I'm cool with everything that's happened, but it's time to go.
The coolest thing,
Kev,
is that in the ticker, so we're next at 53. The second round, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 picks after that to go in the second round, and then it's over. And then we pick
A.D. Mitchell.
And then the right before us goes A.D. Mitchell.
Oh, wow.
Damn it.
All right. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We can still get offensive.
6'2", 200 pound, 4.3 in the 40. He's a stud.
We never get the big receivers.
Let's go 6'4", 6'5", 250 then.
Yeah,
You know
let's
what?
go. Let's go.
there.
Let's stay with the same school. So A.D. Mitchell comes off the board, leaves Georgia after a big year. He's I think he's my this year's Jahmyr Gibbs type guy who I knew I know it was going to translate to the next level at a high level, and but you know, it's just not for he's just not for us.
Let me just say this:
could have got him
it
already
is
for
time
one
right now. I'm coming out of Florida saying that we, of course, you got to create weapons for your guy, but we have no one right now, no one, 0 people offensively that have any type of catch radius. We don't have a big body. We don't have a wall. We don't have a dude. We don't have that. So let's get that lickety split. Like, let's go right now and go out there and listen. Sanders comes through.
This is Sanders. This is the Sanders spot.
Receiver. We need some catch radius out there for a rookie quarterback. This guy's not going to be perfect.
So let me ask you this, Kev: Do you take Jatavian Sanders over Blake Fisher, Kingsley, Samaratai, the Washington?
So I'm going to tell you right now, Kingsley is a motherfucking badass. Sorry about my language, but I've been drinking on the beach all day. He is a bad dude.
He's blushing.
He has the ability to be a great pick right now, and that's fine because that helps Jaden equally to a big receiver. We need both, and we got the picks to get what we need, and I love it. And Adam Peters, let's go, man. Let's go. Get me some catch radius. Let's get a guy that can create his own space, whether it be with speed or size. But we need a dude that can create a little pocket on the field because Jaden can put the ball anywhere we need to, every square inch that we got to get it to.
All right. Our pick is in, by the way, for the second straight time in 4 picks. When Washington came on the board, we didn't even get they didn't even put a timer on. They just said pick is in.
And then they go to commercial break.
Rhett's, by the way, he's like super butthurt about the fact that they always go to commercial break.
And
It's been happening for 30 years.
Now we're down 3-1.
Brett, clench your cheeks for 35, 45 seconds. And take deep breaths in. No, don't yell when you do it. That never works.
I mean, I love it, obviously.
No, but the heave-ho when you're clenching your cheeks, I'm sorry.
Wait, are you coming back tomorrow?
I am.
Okay. All right, good.
I am.
I need you back.
I am. I know. It's weird, but it's great down here. I'm telling you right now, this place is incredible. It's gorgeous and it's amazing.
But
everyone here is on our side.
Yeah, my sister has a house there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I go down all the time.
Rhett.
Yeah.
That's Rob.
Rhett.
That's Rob.
Yeah, my sister's got a place down in St. Augustine.
Oh, Rob. Bro.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's a good spot.
It is special. It is I know why she does, to be fair. I would like to follow up on that. Get myself a house down here. I mean, dude, the architecture, the beaches, it is special, man. It's special.
It's a lot of fun down there.
Holy moly. We can't stop. Everyone's looking at me like I'm nuts right now. But listen, when Jatavian comes,
You're a little nuts.
they'll know. They will know. Well, it's true. I do have a little nuts, Ken. I appreciate you telling the whole world that. I really do. Only one of them, though. The other one's fairly decent.
In, and they're not telling us who it is.
Yes.
Although here's what I like. In the old days, which is like 7, 8, 9 years ago, you would be doing this exact thing, and you wouldn't know who it was on the telecast, but everyone would know who it was. It would be already leaked out. You know what? Maybe it is. I haven't seen anyone on our board say they know who it is yet, but that was always a thing when we always used to cover the draft live. They'd be like, "Pick is in." And no one would know.
Our board is better than anyone else's board, so let's just lay that down right now. I love that. I love that you guys are putting this together. I love that our board is in the mix. I love Ken Harris is in the mix.
By the way, I called Ken Harris. Ken Harris is on the show tonight. I called Lance Hayden.
You're damn right.
One of our tailgating brothers. He was on the show tonight already. I got a couple other guys who I'm going to call and ambush before we get off the air tonight. So people are going to be on the air.
All of this makes me extremely happy.
By the way, Kev, we're perfecting the technology. I have the ability to do this now in a way that I didn't before, and so really anybody whose phone number we have, they're in trouble. They're in a lot. Well,
that's amazing because yesterday Johnny Moore and I figured I had to split an Uber ride from the airport to the destination.
What?
Are you kidding me?
You can do that?
Like right down the pipe, bro. Right down the middle.
Wow. Your world has changed.
Your world has changed. All right, so wait.
I'm advancing and moving forward.
Who are these? What are these highlights? These highlights are 4 straight defensive backs were selected. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Who is
that?
Bro,
Last time I saw 4 straight DBs, it was not in your basement. I can promise
no,
that.
it was not.
Well, you got working right. You
Are you
have
talking
is
about-
there starting 5 down
Did you
there?
say DBs or BBCs? I'm not sure exactly what was
Oh
going on
boy.
there.
DBBBCs. Sorry. Did I say it
DBBCs. Yes,
right?
understood. Yes.
Did I say it
Without a doubt.
right?
I think
All right.
so. I think so.
Trust me.
Hey, Alan
I
Vogt.
will-
By the way, Alan Vogt's wearing a Chicago
There he
Bears
is.
Wow.
vest.
There he is.
Oh,
When
There
did,
he
when
is.
did you buy
There he
that?
is.
Did you get that? Show
This
that
is
to
like
the
a
camera. Show that to the
goddamn
camera.
Adam Sandler movie.
Alan Vogt has is Caleb Williams. Did you get that today? I know. He's a K-Town Bears. All right. So, by the way, Daryl
Daryl's back.
Daryl Green's coming back out. All right, Daryl Green's
Then
coming
that's
back
5
out.
DBs.
And he's-
That's 5 DBs.
He's still wearing the Daryl Green jersey that he
Speaking
put
of
on.
BBCs,
He's
Well, take it easy.
That's
gonna
what I
take
meant.
his time,
5
too, again, right?
DBCs. It's
Take it
5
easy.
DBBBs.
That was Alan who talked about the BBCs.
Yeah, thick like
yeah.
shoelaces on
Well,
on
no.
shell top Adidas.
Just read his lips.
well, we took a tight end.
Tight end.
Ben Sinat from Kansas State. We went with
Yeah,
Sinat
and
over.
he's a bad dude. I love him. Hey man,
We had the position
got a
right.
really
We
good
had the
player.
position right.
No, but Ben Sinat is in the mocks. It's him or Sanders, and I know we went Sanders because blah blah blah. But check this dude out. He's for real. I believe he's like 6'3", 250.
Yeah,
6'4", yeah.
Ooh,
He's a big boy. He's physical.
Just like me when we drafted Jaden Daniels, he grew an inch. So I love me some Ben Sinat. That is a big pick because what is a quarterback's best friend? You
Tight
ask
end.
anybody. We said Novacek. We talked about it. I love it. That's so comforting. That's like shrimp and grits down here down south.
We
That's
said
what I
tight
love.
end. We got tight end. We pick again
Ben
in 10
Sinat,
picks.
shrimp and grits. Let's go.
All right, so Kev, go back to the reception.
Yes.
Tell your family we said what's up. I'm bringing you on for the show close in about a half hour when we'll be done.
Oh, this is like everything about tonight is gorgeous and beautiful, and I appreciate the shit out of you guys. Hey, let's raise hell.
We're gonna raise hail. We'll talk to you in a half hour.
Peace.
All right, peace.
See ya.
All right, let's see if we can get T on. He deserves to ring in.
Alan, you got something to say over here?
Yeah, Alan, you want to?
You want to say something?
No, he wants to trade out.
No,
We're
I'm
gonna-
good. Either way.
We're gonna see if T answers. This is our
Just listening to Ken the whole time.
drive time talk show.
What is Tim listed in your phone as?
Mr. Boner Man.
You repeated that.
He's
too.
not.
We're
It's not.
finding out
It's
all sorts of
Bonerman.
things.
It's Bonerman. He's not going to answer. We're not leaving a message unless. All right. Here. Hold on. Here we go. We're going to put this guy on.
Browns. See what the Browns go for.
Carl Nassib making the pick.
Hello.
All right. Don't say anything. You're on live on First Amendment Sports. Just want to make sure you know ahead of time. You're on speaker. There's literally tens of thousands of people listening right this very second. Brett Donnelly, $2 Rob Hannon.
Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
I'm representing DC here in New York City. So
Yes. This is my brother
thanks for
Joe.
calling.
He's up in New York City. He's watching the draft, Joe. 2 defensive players taken at the top of the second round. Are you dealing with this okay?
So I'm down with the defensive tackle. I know it's a little redundant, but he's a stud and you got to take him. So I'm actually very excited about this defense. especially
What
with
about
the
Saint
different-
Ristel?
You know, he's a star. I like him. He's exactly what Dan
Got that
Quinn wanted.
Marigold, low
He
positive
wanted
blood in
somebody
him.
tough.
Very positive.
He
I love
wanted somebody in the slot. He wanted the aggressive nature. He wanted a defense that was going to be a little bit, a little bit feisty. And I think that this is the guy. I really would like to see offensive linemen, but
At some point, I mean,
think
you
that
gotta have 'em.
It just didn't shake out. But it didn't shake out that way, right? They went pretty high. We didn't have picks in those spots. The trade down, it's things to do with the Eagles, obviously, but I don't want to
Obviously.
give them anything.
We talked about that. That was my whole take.
But it was a
is
smart move.
That trading with the Eagles, I guess so. Sure. If all you want is the best players available and you can get extra second round picks, sure. Which when you're drafting like $2 and Rhett and I were talking. If you're drafting number 2 overall, chances are you need an influx of talent onto your team. So the more picks you can get in the top 2 rounds, the better. We added, we traded Cooper DeJean for Saint Ristel and Ben Sinnott, essentially. At the end of the day, and the tight end Ben Sinnott, Joe, you saw that, the tight end from Kansas State.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
we need a tight end. It seemed high though. Seemed high for this guy.
no.
And
So Joe, we talk about this on the show. Eugene Shen, who's our analytics guy, he gave a speech at Stanford a couple years ago, and he said, in no uncertain terms, you overdraft tight ends and running backs. Now, we didn't overdraft a running back yet under his regime, but if you can get a stud tight end on a rookie contract who can contribute for 3 or 4 years out of the gate, then you're ahead of the game. And these guys, the running back and tight end position specifically, they get used and abused. And so if you can get these guys at the prime of their abilities, then you are ahead of the game. Ben Sinnott, by the way, our tight end room which we've talked a lot about is just super ghetto fabulous.
Oh, it's so mid.
It's just
the kids would
mid as $2 Rob would say. They are mid.
And I'll admit, I'm behind on my Eugene Shen Stanford speeches. I'm a little behind on them. I will catch up.
Yeah, come on, dude. What are you doing?
I promise.
You don't even have a TV in your apartment. I expect you to be on top of this.
So what are we next? 12 more picks? 13 more picks?
Yeah. We're staying on the air until we draft at the top of the 3rd round, and then we're releasing everybody.
I'm looking for a tackle. I'm looking for a tackle. That's what I want. I'll take a linebacker as well, but that's what we want here. When I say we want this in New York City, it's me and my scotch.
Also, Chief, if I'm not mistaken, Chief is a big.
And Chief and Tig are enthralled.
Good. All right. Well, Joe, appreciate your input. By the way, God damn it! The Miami Dolphins took Patrick
Can you
Paul.
just tell me I couldn't curse?
Yeah, I did. The tackle from Houston, Patrick Paul, the brother of our player, who's just a gigantic monster of a man. He's gone. I thought there was a chance he could be available.
That's who I wanted.
That's the guy.
That's who I wanted.
All right. Well, let's.
Okay, well, he's not there, so now we'll go after somebody else. I'm down.
All right, Joe. You're coming.
Guys,
By the
keep
way,
it up.
Joe,
great show.
You're coming back on the air because I just figured out our whole interface scenario. So we'll see you soon.
That sounds great, guys. Have fun.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Yeah, I knew you were a big Paul guy.
I was a big Patrick Paul guy. I mean,
he's a big guy. He's huge. 6'7".
Yeah, he's
6'7".
He's not anyone's. Like, there's a reason why he didn't go in the 1st round.
Right.
And so he needed some work, but that's who you're getting. So like again, there's like this gap at the bottom of the 1st round, top of the 2nd round, where the tackles in college at that point in time, you're moving them into guard or they're exclusively right tackle guys. Patrick Paul then becomes one of those first guys who some team is going to talk themselves into thinking they can coach him up.
And he stays at left tackle, you're saying?
So that I guarantee you that's what they want. I mean, they want him to be a left tackle. I mean, I don't know if he will be or not, but what are we talking about? EO says, "What's scotch?" What do you mean, what's scotch? We're not drinking scotch. No scotch in this house tonight.
Well, your brother was drinking scotch.
Your brother.
Oh yeah, he's a Scotch
He talked
guy.
about Scotch.
Sorry, you know what? He is a Scotch over Irish whiskey guy. Sorry, EO. And he has. I was just at his condo in New York City 2 weeks ago. I stayed with the Irish. There he goes. He told you. There he goes. I'll put it up on the screen. Glenmorangie La Santa. So you guys can bond over the whiskey selections because I know EO can handle the scotches. By the way, Joe, EO just sent me a bottle of Colonel E.H. Taylor small batch, which we didn't open which we're going to open on Tuesday. We'll drink on Tuesday night. It's a hell of.
That's good stuff.
It's like
That's good.
I'm a little bit intimidated because it's 100 proof. I mean, I'm sorry, it's 100 proof. It's 50%.
It might be over 100 proof. isn't
No,
it?
no, It's a 100 bottle. But I mean, that's on the high side for me. You know, like, that's strong. That stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
Redbreast is 40. Where's my bottle of? I just drank this Bushmills. This is also, I believe, 40. Yes, 40. A lot of Irish is 40. We'll go with this guy next. We'll look at the Bush. I got some Macallan. If you want some scotch, probably.
That's 43 there.
You want some?
43. No, I'm good.
You want some
A little
Aberlour?
too much scotch last night. A little, actually, whiskey last night.
Oh, really?
No, too much.
I don't know. I wasn't there. You're cheating on me?
I was downtown, down in DC.
MFer.
Too much.
All right, so we're coming up on the conclusion of the show tonight, which is at the beginning of the third round. Dorrance Armstrong and Dante Fowler left the Dallas Cowboys for us. Wait, why the change?
what pick
Wait,
are we
a
on?
best player available guy forever. No, I remain BPA. I remain BPA, Joe. And I'm happy to let these guys tell me who their BPA is.
Yeah, who do you still have on the top of your list, Ken?
All right, so guys who are still available on my best available that I wanted coming into this round, I'll tell you right now.
Let me go back to the novel you wrote earlier. Let's see.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Let's see. Marshawn Nealon is still available. Blake Fisher still available, and Jatavian Sanders. So those are my three.
And that's not going to happen at this
Yeah,
point. I don't
yeah.
think.
So-
You got a running back on there too.
Well, Jonathan Brooks has already taken it
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
because I was on that.
Yeah.
I was all over that, as you know. As you know.
Mm-hmm.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. We're 11 picks away from closing out the show. We trust everybody will be responsible and ride out this third round as a team. The Dallas Cowboys pick is in. I just don't want anyone to go there who I like even remotely want to support.
Well, of course not.
If you're still out there and you haven't already given us a thumbs up, shame on you. Ayo, where are you at? Oh, there you go. Sherry finish. I don't understand, EO, how you're a Scotch guy. You're too little to be a Scotch guy. I mean, you fit into this T-shirt. Joe, by the way, I'm a hand-me-down guy now. EO just emailed me a bunch of... he didn't email me. He actually mailed me physically.
Physically, like
shirt.
like stamps and
And for a Washington
Envelopes.
Redskins shirt, if you outgrow your clothes, send them to me, and then when I outgrow them, I'll give them to Rob. I'm not going this way. No offense, Rob. But by the way, Rhett, you're looking svelte these days.
Well, that's why I wear the sweatshirt at all times. Cover things up very easily that way.
Let's see. We got a whole make-out session between Joe and EO Anderson. EO, by the way, EO's out in Pasadena. You guys are California guys. You get a room, for God's sake. All right, let's see. I know who I want to bring on the show right now, and you're going to love this guy. Let's go. Where are we going to go here? I know you're watching, so you better answer your phone. This is, by the way, this is reinventing talk radio. It's like, hey, let's just start calling people.
you got names for everybody over there. What is this?
Well, he's from New Jersey. That's his name. He named himself. Okay. I know he better answer.
Hey, what's up?
All right, Greg, you're on live, so don't say anything crazy unless you want to talk about. Unless you want to talk about. Oh, so Joe, you'll be out there in California. You guys meet up. By the way, Joe, if you are out there, Joe and EO, I want the picture of the two of you guys hanging out. It'll be a great picture. All right, Greg Martin, straight out of New Jersey. Let's talk about, you were very disappointed in the first round. We've now drafted 3 players so far this evening. Where are you at? Do we need to talk you down?
Well, first, am I the 10th caller? Did I win the Taylor Swift tickets?
Actually, you're the 10th caller, and you won the Warrant tickets. They're playing a Cherry Pie concert outside of your local grade school this week on Tuesday afternoon.
I can't believe we haven't taken a tackle of some description by this point. I don't know.
Just anybody that's like 300 pounds or greater. Anybody.
That would be nice. I'm just worried that we'll end up getting our quarterback killed. So that's my main concern right now.
Well, he's very killable. People are. I mean, he's. By the way, I'm not going to. Just so you know, I've just made a decision, and I think it's important that you know that I've made a decision about. I'm not going to I'm not going to be on the RG4 bandwagon. I think he's a different. I think he's a different guy. He's a different.
Well,
he throws a different ball.
yeah, it's too obvious to say that. Even the name is kind of lame. But the same thing could still happen. That's what I'm worried about.
You're always. I mean, are you hanging out with Ant and Dave?
No, I hung out with Anthony last night though, so that's why I'm a little.
I was hoping that maybe I have them on the phone. I would feel a little bit weird about calling them onto this other than to give them a bunch of crap about drafting Jets picks.
I'm sure if you called Anthony, he would love to talk about his Jets pick, but
that's a whole different show.
That entertaining.
That show starts at 3 a.m. It has a whole different audience. A lot of the $2 Rob is still here, but he's wearing an entirely different outfit. And
you don't like what I'm wearing? Doesn't work for you?
Not for the 3 a.m. show. The 3 a.m. show requires a lot more skin.
I don't know what I got under.
What do you got?
Oh, no.
Let's go.
Is it that part of the show?
A little Jackson Hole.
Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Nothing special.
Wyoming?
Yeah, Wyoming.
Yeah, Wyoming.
Yeah. You never know what's going to be on under there.
All right, so we're drafting at the top of the 3rd round. Let's assume for a second that we're not taking an offensive lineman. And I only say that because we apparently hate drafting offensive linemen.
Seems that way.
Oh, Marshawn Nealon, my top edge rusher available, just got picked by the Dallas Cowboys. God damn it! Oh, I hate that. That just means he's going to suck for his career. All right, whatever. Sorry, Marshawn.
I mean, I don't know the way things are going. Do you think what's his name, Fisher, would still be around?
Blake Fisher?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. But again, I
think so.
But what does he play for us? You can't just make him play. Anywhere?
I think we could upgrade everywhere but the center. Well, Cosme's all right too, but
no, Alec Grady's our starting guard. The middle of our offensive line is set. Like Alec Grady, Cosme, and Biotish are set. I mean, I know you might not like that, but that's how it is.
I don't know. He's not going to be any good. I don't think. I think we could upgrade 3 out of the 5 positions if we wanted to.
All right, so I think our goal this offseason was to upgrade 3 of the 5 positions, and I think we've upgraded 2 of them so far.
I mean, yeah, from where we were, which is not saying anything, but I think we could still upgrade 3 out of 5 as it is now.
All right. Well, I'm trying to keep you positive because you're a positive guy, generally speaking.
I was actually thinking this. Maybe the fact that I don't like this is kind of like a George Costanza effect or something. It'll be the opposite. So maybe that'll work.
Let me ask you this: who would be your first round draft pick from the cast of Married with Children?
Oh God.
First round, 1.1, 1 overall, first overall. Who are you taking?
Oh, obviously Kelly.
Oh, such a huge mistake. I mean, I'm taking Al, and then you just leave me Al. Yeah. You left me Al. I knew. And by the way, Bud was in play. Bud was a great character.
Would that show even get made today?
That show would not. That show would not. So I say it because Greg is he was just tapped to be a Nielsen ratings person, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're a Nielsen guy. Like I've never known a Nielsen guy who's and I think our goal as a team is to get Married with Children's back on the air at least around the clock.
Some great clips.
Absolutely.
Great clips.
All right, so you're on that.
I think we have different
I got you right
preferences.
Here. Oh, there's a freezer. Rhett, show him where the ice is.
This is all. Alan's got to get on here.
Yeah, Alan, come on, sit right here and throw those cans on.
80s football.
All right, so we got Alan Vogt. He's going to step in. Yeah, throw in the cans. The wire goes on the left. Always on the left. Yeah, there you go. Alan Vogt, everybody. Wearing he's wearing the Bears.
The mic.
Oh yeah,
I got yelled at. Mic.
You put it right on. Get right up in there.
Hello.
There it is. Now he is his fantasy football team is the Bears, and it's a very serious franchise, and that's why he wears that vest. And by the way, it is the greatest fantasy football vest of all the vests we have.
Somebody swiped my visor too recently. I used to have a Bears visor, but no longer.
We'll get it for you. We'll get it back. We'll work it out. I mean, this league is sponsored, so we're gonna make it happen. What's your favorite part of the NFL draft experience so far? 2 days in, anything stayed out to you?
I think the style. I mean, a lot of those guys are just styling and profiling, especially in the first round. I mean, you see some of those like suit jackets those guys were wearing, where it's like insane.
And it's not as get it a little bit closer because
Alan's a style guy too. You know,
it is.
He's
Yeah.
a
And
women's
he's not
purses
kidding.
these days.
It is something that is very much like okay. There was a whole period where like the style was terrible, but it was like in your face bad. And you want to put that right up on. You want to get right in there. Wait, Robbie, let Derek come in here real fast. I want to ask him about a couple questions about his team. But so Alan, the when you talk about this, it's this sunglasses game. I think
it was great.
Is
It
where
was
it's at.
fantastic.
Because all the suits that I mean, you can shine down the suits just a little bit, but the sunglass game was on point.
Who's the cat from LSU? Like that guy was just off the top.
Our guy, Jaden Daniels,
No. The
Malik Neighbors, the wide receiver.
Neighbors. It was like such a cool cat.
By the
I
way,
was
he's a stud.
He was like, I was like, I want that guy to be on my fantasy team this year.
I'd like to welcome to the show. Is it the all-time leading scorer ever from University of Scranton basketball?
No.
No.
We had Irving Magic Johnson, like the second or
right.
something. Help me out here with these. This is my debut is being
So
hindered
far.
by this.
All right, there you go. Oh, T's calling. Hold on, guys. T's calling. We're gonna bring him on. Let's go. We're going to, and I guess we're. Hello. T. Oh, hold on. There we go. T.
Sorry, I didn't pick up. I'm sorry I didn't call you earlier.
You're live with First Amendment Sports. Greg Martin, we're going to call you back. I don't know. I for some reason, your phone call froze, and then T was on. I apologize. We have Derek Elphick on the mic right now, and Alan Vogt, Rhett Donnelly, and Rob Hannon have been on the air so far tonight. We've been calling Kevin Ricka during picks. So T, you're on the air live. Give me your reaction to some of these picks.
I haven't seen a damn thing.
All right, you've been in a lacrosse game. You've been in a lacrosse game for your daughter the whole time. We drafted a defensive tackle, Jerzon Newton, at the top of the second round. Then we traded our second round pick with the Eagles at number 40. We moved back. We had 50 and 53, where we took Sane Ristel, the cornerback from Michigan, and then we took Ben Sinnott, the tight end from Kansas State. So we went tackle, defensive tackle, corner, tight end, and that's where. And we're about 8 picks away from the top of the third round and the closer of our show. Where you at, T?
I'm not so sure how much we needed the defensive tackle as much as we needed the corner and the tight end.
Well, the defensive tackle was the best player by a mile in terms of who was available on the board, and we all know that Eugene Shen, your hero, was always
you take the
best guy. By the way, Alan Vogt just knocked into our charms. So Alan Vogt, we have a 70s candy box.
It's delicious.
And I pulled the charms
I love
out. You're more than welcome as a guest. All guests on our show get a piece of 1970s candy, courtesy of Ken Harris. Who, by the way, T, on our show tonight, Ken Harris, Greg Martin, Lance Hayden, Kevin Ricka, Rob Hannon, Rhett Donnelly, Alan Vogt, and Derek Elphick. That's who's been on our show so far tonight.
Star-studded.
I mean, that we're just bringing the heat. Is there anybody or position-wise anything that you want more than anything else?
I mean, we need a little bit of help at the edge. I was hoping if we took a big boy up front, we'd get an edge too, since we traded away the edges that we've ever had.
Okay.
So
all right.
That was that.
I don't know who's available. But we also have not yet taken an offensive lineman.
And that was what I was going to follow it up with. We haven't taken the lineman. What the hell are we going to do there?
I don't know. I'm thinking they can maybe like put you on, like voodoo you onto a field and just like, you know.
I mean, I've got a hell of a punch, dude, but my footwork needs some.
Yeah, you're missing a bone in your right foot. I don't even know if you're capable of doing it.
I'm glad Alan Vogt laughed at that.
We'll get you in there. We're gonna get you in there.
Yeah.
Well, that's a concern.
All right.
'Cause that's
Well,
what we were saying from the beginning. We needed a no tackle. So
let me ask you this.
as far as I'm concerned, that's not a hit.
T, we're
That's a big-
we're making the most of our second round and third round picks, and we're getting excited about all of them. But here's your chance to talk to us and the folks on the board about Jaden Daniels. Are you where are you at with him?
I've been saying it for weeks. I thought that was going to be our pick. I'm happy with it, given what was available.
Yep.
I thought he was the next best guy. I think he had the best metrics. He graded out the best in all the subcategories. Like pressure on third down and longs, pressure on third down and mediums. His percentage of completions, getting rid of the ball, how long he held it, all those metrics he ranked at the top. So I'm not worried about him
Yeah, it's fast.
trying the next Lamar. There isn't going to be a next Lamar. There's only one Lamar.
No,
He's
Lamar's
not Lamar.
There's only one Lamar.
He's a passer first, and he's got hell of athleticism and speed if he needs to use it. So
Warren Moon.
I'm not about his slim figure. I think they're going to put a little meat on him. Maybe not the first year, but
How dare you?
that's stuff you can control. So
How dare you?
that's stuff you can control, and I think it's a great pick, and I'm looking forward to see what he can do.
All right. Well, listen, we got 5 or 6 picks left. I'm gonna work in Alan and Derek here. I will talk to you very soon, my brother.
You need to have a little dinger telling me that I was going to be live when I first called.
I know. By the way, I called you, and I would have given you the heads up. But when you called me, that's by the way, that's totally unfair. Like you answered the phone, you're like, "Hello." Oh, by the way, you're on live. It's true. It's totally fair. But
It's a live call-in show.
We've changed the meaning of the word call-in show. We're not taking calls in. We're calling people into our show.
Call-out show.
Yeah, it's a call-out show. We're the first call-out show. We're doing call-out drive time call-out show. If you're driving home from work at 9 o'clock tonight, we'll give you traffic on the 8s. Obviously, that's what we do. Weather on the 9s. But
I didn't know Dave Dildon. The other Dave Dildon.
I just turned it on, and I'm going to watch it. And if I have anything to add, I'll call back.
Yes.
But I think you guys are getting after it pretty good, and I think you're doing just fine.
We're doing what we can. Blake Fisher, by the way, gone.
We miss you, T, though.
We miss you, T.
Yeah, I do. I wish I was there. Sorry, guys.
Well, you are here now. We called you in. You're part of the show. And that's a
Sure.
verbal contract. So any liability that we incur as a result of this show, you share equally in.
All right.
Obviously, and that goes without saying. Actually, it's all your fault. All right, we'll talk to you soon, T.
Later.
All right, and I want to because we had a very unceremonious. I'm going to call him back on. Disconnect with Greg Martin. I don't know what happened.
By the way, Ken, did you share the picture with you and Caleb?
And Caleb, I have not.
You got to share that.
I don't know how to get it on. I don't know how to get it in here.
How do we get that?
Greg, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. Somehow we lost you, and then we had T on. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let Greg go. I'm not letting Greg go out like that. We had a good married with children conversation going. Derek Elphick is a big married with children guy.
Loved it.
Oh, yeah.
Best show growing up.
I asked Greg, #1 draft pick from the entire cast.
Great question.
Who did he go with? Who did he go with?
Oh, that's so tough.
Who did he got?
I mean, you got to go Al.
I'm an Al guy.
Yeah,
Alan's an Al guy.
Well, yeah,
Greg
of
went
course.
Kelly.
You can't,
I think we're
I know
we're
where your
using
head's
different
at.
criteria.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
using but Greg, to be fair, I mean Christina Applegate is
Hall of Fame.
she's Hall of Fame in all categories. I mean, she's not only is she super hot, but she's a great actress. And I would say like her, I don't like as much as she will forever be identified with Married with the Children. That's not even the role that I will remember her the most as. For me, Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Oh, it was great.
Is my
Yeah.
all-time great Christina Applegate character.
Really?
And she was also amazing. Well, she was amazing in a lot of stuff, but like Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead is like for me like that's it for her. I mean, she's
Being on the set, it's like a no man vibe.
Yeah, right.
This is for sure. What was the neighbor's husband, Marcy's husband?
Steve.
Jefferson. Well, Steve, then Jefferson.
Oh yeah, that's right.
There's
I
two of
forgot
them.
about Steve.
Oh, there was
Marcy
two
ran
of
through
them,
him.
right?
Marcy was a predator, and we all know this. She was a man eater.
Jefferson or Steve?
Jefferson.
Oh
all
my
day.
God.
Jefferson was Revenge of the Nerds guy,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That was one of his roles.
Yes.
Jefferson brought the show way up.
I agree.
And
Yeah.
he was maybe the best addition to a show ever.
Yeah.
Remember when they tried to bring the kid along though? Late.
Slide in
seven,
a little
yeah.
bit. Slide in a little bit.
Yeah.
People, you're like the only 7-footer who's like somehow getting blocked by a microphone. They brought the kid in, and I get it what they were doing. I don't even like really like totally identify with those years of Married with Children.
No,
Greg.
neither do I.
I think this for whatever reason, like I will say the Steve years, Greg, I rely on you to shoot me straight.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say the Steve years on the whole of the Married with Children show, because that was the first years of the show. And it was one of those sitcoms where when it was at its rawest, which is when it first started, it was at its best because they were pushing boundaries in a way that, like, I mean, Fox could do whatever the F it wanted because they had no. First of all, they had nothing else to put on TV, and secondly, no one else was putting anything out like it. By the time Jefferson came along, yes, I like Jefferson better than Steve, but the seasons with Steve was on the show were, I mean.
Well,
Like-
let's
like,
be honest.
that
Steve
TV
was
doesn't
the
go.
Tool. Jefferson.
Of course,
was cool.
Yes,
right?
yes,
I mean,
yes,
like-
yes. But the Steve years were the best years. Were some of the best years because those episodes were like the edgiest, crazy. I mean,
Sure,
he wasn't
sure,
the main
yeah, they were
character in
early,
those
right?
shows.
Yeah.
Did
they
Fox-
purposely made Jefferson like the opposite of Steve, when they brought Jefferson on.
Did Fox
The guy who
coming?
played-
Did they come out with In Living Color?
Yes.
So they had
Yeah.
it all going on.
Yes.
Oh, they had some great shows. They had Arsenio Hall late night.
I mean,
like,
yeah.
it
yeah,
was-
they were on top of the world.
When they first started, they had nothing. I mean, it was ABC, CBS, NBC. That's it. And Fox was like, "What if we also had a major network channel?" And it was Tracy Ullman, Simpsons, Married with Children. I mean, out of the gate in news. I mean,
yeah,
that was it.
but think about what they had to follow: Dynasty, Dallas,
Yeah.
and what was the other one?
Falcon
Falcon Crest.
Falcon
Falcon
right?
Crest. Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
that was a tough act to follow.
All right, let's see. Hold on. We got
18.
here we go. Yeah.
We can talk about this all day long.
Aardvarks was the store. American
I
Vintage.
think my kid's trying to troll you. He's a Giants fan. Have Giants gotten?
No,
have
Derek's
they-
a Giants fan, and he loves
Have-
Daniel Jones.
Have they picked up? Have they picked up?
Stop.
Have they picked up any picks besides the one?
No, they keep drafting stud wide receivers. No, they drafted Malik Neighbors. Have they drafted again?
No, I don't think so. I think
I
that
don't
was
think
it.
so either.
No.
All right.
I guess they didn't have a second round pick. I don't know.
All right, tell Anthony he's not going to make it this show because we're trying to get off the air in 7 picks. But
I hear you.
also tell him to tune in and watch because then he'll be on the show.
By the way, the setup sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it's
So what's the
The
next
call-in
pick?
show is great.
Greg. I love you, brother.
All right. See you guys.
You don't have to
Thanks.
say I love you too. You don't have to. You don't have to. It's whatever. Like not everyone does that.
I'll just leave it hanging there.
All right, peace.
All right. See you. Bye.
Wait, who was that? Was that Greg Davis?
It's Greg Martin.
Oh, Greg
no,
Martin.
Greg. We got Greg Martin. There's a guy who's I'm waiting for. I mean, this is like a whole new. And I got it. Here we go. We're doing it. So I'm calling a guy who's in Pasadena, California. So it's 6 o'clock for him.
Does he know you're calling?
No one does. We call it a phone ring contract. You agree to go on YouTube.
Hello.
EO.
Hey, what's going on?
Eric, I got your other brother Derek here next to me, and I got Alan. Alan and Derek, say hi to Eric.
Hey, buddy.
Eric, what's happening?
Now, I will say this.
Hey, man.
Eric is a very integral part of our show. Now, yes, he's out in Pasadena, California. He didn't just send me this T-shirt. He sent me some other stuff too. So I'm wearing your T-shirt on draft night, just so you know, EO. He outgrew it, And so I'm in a hand-me-down situation.
Yeah.
So so EO, I love that you married into the Korean lifestyle and are eating that Korean diet because keep going and keep sending me keep sending me all the clothes you can no longer fit into because that food looks delicious.
I definitely will. And just so you know, I am West Coast, but DC born and raised. So like in the city, man, born and raised.
Of course.
Been out here 20 years though, so I do feel like I'm a Californian now.
Understood, and that's why you're weird, obviously, because you're Californian. But we recognize you as our own. EO also does a lot of our soundboard stuff. So we some of our tracks that we have programmed in here, they're original.
These are like fancy buttons. I want to just.
They're very.
See what
I
they
know
do.
they're very.
Yeah,
it's very tough.
It's like colorful.
I don't know exactly what will happen if you hit it because I don't know. I'm not. EO.
Wait,
EO knows.
What is this yellow button
I don't
do?
know.
Cool.
I don't know. It looks so much. I want to. By the way, welcome to my life. The entire night, the more whiskey I drink, I'm like, oh, I have to hit that button. I'm going to hit it, so it's gonna.
so
hit. I'm pushing that button.
The colors are so bright.
EO. First
It's
things
like
first.
Simon, you know, like the buttons there. You just kind of want.
It is like Simon
back in the
says.
day.
It is.
It
Simon
It
says,
is.
yeah.
More toys. More toys.
fantastic.
Are you okay with Jaden Daniels, EO?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I wasn't in love with anybody really. You know, Caleb obviously was the number one choice, but I mean, you know, he seems like the most ready, and that's kind of what we need. I'm a little disappointed that we don't have the best protection for him considering his frame, but you know, I'm happy with the pick. I don't see it being any other way. I think this was the best pick that we had available. So, you know, I'm happy. Yeah, that's good.
All right, you sound like you're really talking yourself into it, which is what I like the most about it.
Yeah, you know.
So I have a question. Is there a consensus that was the best quarterback on the board this year?
I think the consensus is that Jaden Daniels was the best quarterback after Caleb Williams. I mean, Caleb Williams was the best quarterback.
Right. But for us being the second pick.
I don't think anyone
he was the most ready to go, right? I mean, consensus-wise.
I think people said that Eric. I think people said that Jaden Daniels was the most ready to start in the league. First of all, and second of all, I think after Caleb, of the 5 guys who were taken, that he was considered he had the best pop, you know, right away.
No, wait, did you see the video or the interview of him shirtless doing the interview? Have you seen that at all?
No.
Well, I mean, if you're asking, Alan's been on YouPorn for the last 24 hours, so
he did a
whole
interview. He did a whole interview shirtless, and he has like the smallest bird chest, and that was one of the most disconcerting things I've seen.
Oh yeah.
Wait, we're talking about Ken, or we're talking
no?
about
That's why I don't do shirtless interviews anymore.
Because there's a shirtless photo floating around today.
We've seen Shower Ken.
We've seen it.
Shower Ken is. By the way, so was Alan. He's like, "Have you put that photo on the?" I don't know how to put it on here, but
conveniently.
Yeah, conveniently.
Oh, he's hanging out with Caleb Williams in his towel. It's incredible.
There you go. Hold on, let me see if I can get this on.
Well, Shower Ken should do an interview with shirtless Jaden Daniels now.
That would be in the basement.
What a format.
In the basement.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I can pull this in.
Is that the one?
Trying to get to the 5K subscribers right there.
There he is. There's Shower Ken with Caleb Williams. By the way, that's courtesy of Lance Hayden, who was on the show earlier tonight. I don't know. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pull this down. If there's a way I can get this on, I'll do it.
You can share your screen.
You got to get that on.
There he is.
Yeah,
oh, we did it.
Look at that. Wow, that
we
is
did it.
Sexy.
E.O. Anderson, that's for you. That's Shower Ken.
Oh, thank you.
All right. He's hanging out with Caleb. By the way, his chick ranks. I mean, there's a lot of wags on the. I don't even know if there's some wives, but all right. So we'll get.
Do you think that's to scale?
That's not really Shower Ken, is it?
It's Shower Ken.
Shower Ken.
There's nothing augmented about that.
No, God, no. There's nothing augmented about that.
It's either Austin Powers or Shower Ken.
I thought that was Ferris Bueller. That's like.
Okay. in 10
Shower
seconds.
Ken trademark.
It's a shower Ken trademark. It was. I was in Canton, Ohio, at the Motel 6 down the street from the Hall of Fame. We were down there for the Daryl and Art induction, and actually, I don't know. That might have been Russ Grimm. Either way, it doesn't matter. They were within 2 years of each other. I roll out. I get out of bed to take a shower. All the towels are gone because the Motel 6 doesn't like stock you with towels apparently on Hall of Fame weekend.
Right.
All they have was a bath mat. So that's a bath mat.
That's a bath mat.
And that's, by the way, that picture was taken. I was like, that's the doorway of the parking lot. Like that's like me. It's like all the guys are playing Beirut in the parking lot, beer pong in the parking lot of the Canton Motel 6 ahead of the induction ceremony. So we're tailgating in the parking lot, and I come out, and Kevin Ewald snaps that picture, and I'm not gonna lie. There's like nothing flattering. I mean, I'm not proud of it, but that's just how I looked 13 years ago.
That is so much better than my expectation of what was going on.
By the way, I read a story today that a brewery in Virginia won the National Beer Pong Championship.
A brewery won it?
Yeah, I guess they fielded a team.
Really?
And they went on a national beer pong championship.
I hate
and
it.
they won it. It was
So
incredible.
are those now televised? Like those are on ESPN.
First of all,
now?
they've been there on ESPN. I played in casinos where they were played. I don't know where I think they were like maybe they were broadcast to like Hong Kong or Macau, where like the true degenerates were betting on it.
Epstein Island.
Yeah, but I don't know that anyone was like truly paying attention other than like total like during like the beginning parts of COVID. Instead of betting on marbles running down a hill, you're probably betting on people like me playing Beirut, which I like.
Which, by the way, you're great at that.
You're great at that too.
Sometimes.
Yeah, thank you. We'll get the table outside. We're gonna have a game or two before
Been a
we
while.
call it out. We are 3 picks away from the close of the show and from our final pick of the show, which is the third pick overall in the third round. We'll see if these guys make this pick. I want to take a second. I got a fellow NFC East fan here. 2 questions for you. First, we traded with the Philadelphia Eagles in the second round. I hate trading with divisional rivals in the second round.
Yeah.
Thoughts? We had to play the guy that we traded away for twice a year now, which is Cooper DeJean.
I don't trust Howie Roseman at all.
Mm-hmm.
He's run rampant over the entire division. Every move he's made has been solid. I mean, I would have never done it, right?
Yeah.
And so I started out the biggest Howie hater. Lived in Philly 7 years, and I mean, you can't argue with the guy. So I wouldn't. If Howie offered me a deal, I'd run the other way.
All right, and I'm going to ask you a second question, which is totally out of. By the way, are we still
What's
online?
Yeah, our boy's still on.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hey, yo, are you still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
All right, good.
Man, I'm just sitting there chilling, man.
All right, good. Chill with us for another second or two before I let you go, because I want Derek to answer this question, and I think EO, you'll appreciate this the most as someone who moved a long ways away from home. You played basketball professionally overseas.
Yep.
Greatest professional athlete you partied with overseas.
Ooh, great question.
Greatest professional athlete.
Whoever it was. It could be someone we don't know. It could be someone we know.
Oh no!
It's got to be some soccer player in Spain, right?
Well, there were soccer players, yeah, but they had like bodyguards, right? It's like they were like Prince over there, right? You could. My boy Johnny Parker, Mr. Basketball, state of Missouri, played for Missouri.
Yeah, Johnny Parker.
Johnny Parker, love that guy. One of the best guys I ever met, and I got to play with him, so every day was a party.
Wait,
That was my guy.
which team was that?
That was Jan Freising, just outside
In Germany.
Yeah.
That wasn't Berlin. Outside of
Munich.
Berlin. Munich. It was outside of Munich.
Yeah,
All right.
that was my boy.
How many years were you there?
I was there 2 years. Won the Bavarian Cup championship.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. It was fantastic.
Was Detlef Schrempf around back then?
He was the idol of everybody.
I want to make sure people see your face.
Yeah,
Detlef
yeah, he was great. He was the first German that broke through.
Everybody loved him. Everybody.
It was before Dirk.
Before Dirk.
Before Dirk. Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, Adolf Nowitzki didn't make it. Unfortunately, did not have as good of a game. And they were like, "Yeah, we can't do this. Actually, we're not going to be able to do this."
Wait, so I have a question for you. So
What do you got?
you moved to Philly. Did you become a Philly fan?
No, never.
Never.
But I did of the wherever I live, I like the baseball team. You got to root for the home team,
So
right? So
Phillies?
well, it's funny. Everywhere I've ever lived, the team has won the championship within 2 years. So Philly, 08.
In Munich?
No, baseball in US.
God damn it.
Philly,
The Munich team?
I grew up Yankees fan. Philly, 08. You know, the ride was crazy. This whole city was insane.
Yeah.
And then moved here, and we had the Nats come through. How do you not get involved in
And
that?
the Caps.
And the Caps. So, you know, it's just been.
Let's go
But
Commanders.
you got to root for the home baseball team. I think you have no soul if you live somewhere and you don't have the games on of the home team.
EO, do you watch any California teams with any kind of like loving in your heart out there?
A lot of choices out there.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would say the Dodgers only because I moved out here when there was no Nationals, and I
Okay.
never really was on the O's bandwagon.
Fair enough.
Growing up, I was kind of an A's fan because of Mark McGwire and Ricky Henderson and Jose Canseco. They just were cool. They had the elephant on the ball, the green and yellow. It was just kind of, you know, a fun team. But then when I moved out here, going to Dodger games and just, you know, the atmosphere, like, you know, the city loves the Dodgers. So
And I respect
I kind
that.
of jumped on the bandwagon. Yeah,
I respect
but
that.
other than that, you know, pretty much strictly DC teams. I follow UCLA because that's where I went. So I'll follow them. I'll go to the Rose Bowl and check out games there. But you know, mostly DC. But I don't really follow hockey. Hard to be a Wizards fan, especially out here because it's just you don't catch them and you don't.
It's
really wanna
hard,
go
but we
anywhere
do it
to-
anyways. We do it because it's hard. That's why we do it, EO.
So where are you? You're in LA region?
Well, yeah. I'm in Pasadena technically, but I've lived
Okay.
out here for 20 years, so I've kind of moved all across.
Lakers
from
or
the west
Clippers?
side. I mean, you're going to go to the Lake Show, but Clippers are cheaper, so you can usually, you know, score better seats if you're going to go. But
I'm coming out there
Yeah,
for a
I go to the
Wizards
Lakers,
game.
Wizards.
I feel like we can sneak
Yeah,
in
man.
as ushers or something that night.
well, yeah, just before we get to our next pick to kill some time, you're talking about partying with celebrities. I have a funny little quick story.
All
My
right.
roommate one time, like 2010, was like, "Hey, my friend's wife's haven't thrown me or my friend's wife is throwing him a birthday party. You want to come out and check it out?" I was like, "Sure." Hop in his car, don't know where we're going. Start heading up into like the super ritzy part of Hollywood, the Hills.
The Hills,
I was
baby.
like, oh shit, man. Yeah, I was like, shit, man, what's going on here? We're like, whoa. So we get to the door, you know, I'm like, holy fuck, they have the gate, they've got the, you know, got a ring up. We get up there and opens the door is Beverly Mitchell, the middle sister from Seventh Heaven. I don't know if you remember, she was in the Saw movies.
Dude,
and
that is a B plus. She's a B plus actress.
A plus?
Yes,
B plus.
exactly.
B plus.
But so that's who the wife is. But at this party, they also had the younger sister from Seventh Heaven and the older brother from Seventh Heaven.
Lacey
And,
Chabert.
yeah, like sort of like she looked like she was maybe mixed. Like
Ah,
the younger one.
Not Jennifer Love Hewitt. You know, by the
No,
way,
no,
I
you're
don't,
thinking
I'm thinking Party of Five. I'm thinking
She's
Party of
awesome.
Five.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Seventh Heaven.
Jessica Biel show.
Wasn't that Jessica Biel?
Biel's show.
Party of Five was in
Yeah,
North
she was
Carolina,
not there,
wasn't it?
unfortunately.
Jessica Biel was my number one
No,
for
I
quite
think
some time.
Dawson's
Yeah,
Creek.
no, but
Dawson's
it was,
Creek.
By the way, you
that
totally
same,
look like a Dawson's
that
Creek
same
guy,
show.
don't you?
EO, we're gonna have to talk
I'm
about this.
flattered.
Well, I was
From
just gonna say,
Scranton,
me and my
PA.
friend took full advantage of the full bar and
Yes.
got completely obliterated and made complete fools of ourselves. But the youngest daughter from that show, she was like probably 22, 23 with her boyfriend, was just going absolutely apeshit with us. And we like ended up puking in the bushes up until 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
They never invited us back to anything else at his friend's house again.
that sounds like an
Just a little story.
EO story that I would
Partying
expect
with
to hear.
The Seventh Heaven. Yes, sir.
By
And
the
I'll
way,
send you
just so
pictures
you
on
know,
Twitter.
I have, as someone who doesn't hang out with, well, I hang out with like basement celebrities, like Alan and Derek, obviously. But EO, you are like when you're hungover in the morning and or like in the middle of the night and you have to and you're trying to make your way through the night. You put you put one foot on the floor like ground you, so you like to keep the spins from taking you down. That's what you are for us out in California. You just keep it real, keep hanging out with those Seventh Heaven chicks, obviously.
There you go.
I very much appreciate your support of everything we do over here. So thank you so much. And now that I have your number, and now that you're in the software, next time
it's a call-in show.
It's a call-in show. Everyone's like, it's a call-in show, yeah. But it's not. But you don't call us. We call you. It's not us. It's not me.
There's
it's
the
you.
Tagline. Trademark.
We don't.
Right there.
We don't call
us.
We call you.
You don't call us. We call you. Trademark.
Okay. Well, obviously you're a producer of the show, so we appreciate you. All right. We'll talk to you soon, Neo.
Good stuff. Take care.
All right, man.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Peace. All right. We're going to get Kevin in to close it out. Kevin Ricca, by the way, we've been tracking his progress. He's at our wedding reception in St. Augustine, Florida.
God.
He started at about.
Great. That's a great place, by the way.
Right. Yeah. All right. So we're
Doesn't
going to get
Rob's
him in.
Sister live out there?
Yes.
She's got a house out there. Yeah.
All right. So he's going to close us out tonight. We're going to get him on. And he's going to love.
By the way, Ken, I feel like we should be doing this daily on Twitch.
I couldn't agree more.
We should keep it real.
I'm not doing anything else.
We can just do random content and just
let's just call people
full time.
That should be the show.
Streamers.
You don't call us. We call you.
I mean, honestly, it's so exciting. They
Kevin,
keep calling me.
I'm excited. I'm
No
excited
one's
for
called me
you,
this
by the
much.
way.
Kevin, you're on live now. We have Derek Elphick and Alan Vogt on the microphones with me.
Yo, Kevin, what's happening, brother?
And
Oh my God!
we just got off the phone
There's
with EO.
nothing more exciting. I'm nervous. My ass cheeks are shaking.
Since the last time we talked to you, Kevin, we had Greg Martin, EO Anderson, and Joe Marangolo on the show tonight. And a young
what in the living shit am I missing?
and a young man named Timothy
Is there a
Strachan.
telethon that I didn't get an email about?
The tote board,
all-star
by the
squad,
way,
man.
we have raised
I'd just like
over
to
tens of
contribute.
cents. We have raised over tens of cents tonight for charity.
You guys, this is.
Kevin, I
please,
missed you. I
tell me more.
haven't been to KOC in a while. Like your drinks haven't kept going. I got to come and see you.
You got to be here. You got to be in it to win it.
I know. Thursday nights.
Yeah.
I want to say so many things, but I'm just trying to keep it level.
Family show.
Yeah,
I'm aroused.
It's
At a minimum, I'm aroused.
well. I mean, Alan, you're on with the Thursday night KFC crew right here.
Yeah, the circuit that these guys run is
Wait, it starts at noon at Argyle, doesn't it?
Roughly speaking.
No.
But I had to call out sick
You're
last
sorely
week.
mistaken, sir.
I had called out
What,
sick
9
last
a.m.?
week. Yeah, 9 a.m. Exactly 9 a.m. Yeah, give or take. All right, so Kev, we are one pick away from not only the next Washington Commanders pick, which is the third overall in the third round. We are also closing out the show, so you're on with us for the close. We're gonna pull this in. We've got a lot of, and we're gonna get. I'm gonna get.
Got a lot of lube going on right now.
A lot of lube. I mean, just like handfuls
Oh,
of
well,
it.
listen.
Yeah, well,
a little swing oil at this time doesn't.
No.
Who cares?
I mean, literally, Derek just took a palm full of lube and just smacked me across both cheeks.
Ricka, we just saw, and I think I saw, I'm pretty sure I saw a shirtless Ken.
Shower Ken.
Shower
Ken.
And he managed to put it up on the big screen here.
I did.
And
I did.
yeah,
Well,
so-
Kevin can't see it. Kevin can't see it because he's
No, but it's a lot to take in. Just don't look down there. Is my best advice for you guys.
All right, final thoughts.
Kevin, who do you want?
About shower can, or we changed
No, I think we'll
topic?
move on. Let's get back to top.
We talked enough about that.
Because he's definitely like a third to fifth rounder. We'll talk about that.
By the way, what's
when it all grows in?
how
When
many
it all
rounds
grows
over
in.
the next couple of days are there? I'm not a big.
Well, so we have the third round is we're in the third round right now. We'll finish that tonight, and then tomorrow is the rest of the fourth through the seventh.
So do we have good idea what we need? Redskins.
We need offensive linemen. We need an edge rusher. We need a probably a linebacker. But at the end of the day, we need offensive linemen and an edge. Those would be our positions of need. But Alan, I would contend, and I think Kevin would agree, we are not going to stray too far from whoever we think the best player available is.
Which is cool as shit because we're allowed to right now, and that's why we're doing it.
The pick is in.
Bless Adam Peters.
The pick is in. By the way, I love the decisiveness. Now, I don't know if it's just television editing. All night long, when it's been our turn to pick, it has been filled out card raced.
Agreed.
To the front of
with
the
the effing Lionel Richie of this draft. Adam Peters and Lionel Richie are related at some level, I'm sure.
It looks like Troy Vincent's coming out to. I mean, this is what I don't appreciate. I mean, Darryl Green was there a half an hour ago. Just send him out again. Who cares? Like, does Troy Vincent need some DC love? Come on. I mean, I love him.
We need Rip out there.
Oh, that'd be
Which,
great.
by the way, we know personally, Ken, don't we?
We drafted the guard out of TCU, Brandon Coleman. We have drafted an offensive lineman, strong hands, good latch, good drive, positional flexibility, which if you're a guard, that just means guard center because it does not mean guard tackle. You're not flexing.
Hold on, Ken. It could mean other guard.
Oh, yeah.
Let's think about it.
Left
he could
or
play on
right.
The other side of the center.
He
That's
could be
a
either
fact.
left or right guard.
Why else would you call me down here in Florida if I didn't hit all the analytics? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's two guard spots. You're right. You're 100% right.
I mean, holy shit.
All right, so I would argue probably a little underwhelming scenario, but at the end of the day, not underwhelming because we need offensive linemen.
Good
and
pick.
We drafted one.
High hit rate.
Well, I love it, but the boner meter's at about 6.5. 6.5.
Yeah, but
It's a
you know what?
It's a thin ass 6.5.
It's a hard 4 3/4 if we're being honest.
Did he just say boner meter?
Hard is debatable, Ken.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you not familiar with our
No.
Yeah.
You guys don't know the boner? Oh, they don't know the boner meter. Sorry. I apologize.
It's their first day on the job. Don't worry. We'll train them up. We are going to train them up. All right, Kevin. Now you get freed from any future calls. You will no longer be required to be live on the air.
No. You made my night. And I love being in Florida, but I really wish right now I was in the basement because it's an all-star crew that I couldn't have drawn up better myself. So I'm a little jealous, but super happy that you included me, and I really appreciate it.
Awesome,
My whole
Kev.
family is like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, well,
miss you, man.
You don't know who's in the basement right now.
We love you.
It is. We've
get home safe.
The love.
We drafted 5 guys.
Yes.
So far, we've drafted 5 guys. No, 4. I'm sorry.
Yes.
4. Right?
Sorry.
3 seconds and a
about
third.
guys. I trusted you there, buddy.
We have 4 new players. We have one more third round pick coming up, and that's going to happen off the air. I want to say thank you to everybody who unwittingly agreed to come on our show tonight.
Amazing people did it on purpose.
Rhett Donnelly, Rob Hannon, Derek Elphick, Alan Vogt, E.O. Anderson, Greg Martin, Joe Marangolo, Ken Harris, Lance Hayden. I was just calling. By the way, Kevin. At one point, I was just calling people. I'm like, you know what? Now I can just call people, and I figured out how to do it. So that's going to happen every week.
I think the entertainment value is
my
going to go
best
up.
advice is to not to call. Don't call your 7th grade girlfriend because I know the time seems right, but it's not. Draft night is different than regular nights. That's all.
Those numbers are locked behind a breathalyzer on my cell phone. Thank God. There's quite a bit of those.
Alan Vogt, do not blow into that thing. I don't care how much money Ken.
No, do not. Rhett, Rhett, do not blow into that breathalyzer.
If Derek does, it's gonna fail. That's my final thoughts on that.
Just to allow me to call my 7th grade girlfriend.
Good odds.
Nasta to my friends from Wales.
Nasta.
We appreciate you. We'll be back on Tuesday night to talk about our entire draft class, along with many other things Washington sports related. Until then, he's Alan Vogt. He's Derek Elphick. He's Kevin Ricka.
I love Alan Vogt and Derek Elphick.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
they
he
didn't
is.
say shit when they got introduced.
I'm Ken Marangolo. This was Thank God It's Tuesday on a Friday. We'll see you guys in a few days. And we're still live. We are still live. Not anymore.
So